Is this a spoiler free?
What,
Or
this talk? No, this
yeah.
is all
No,
spoilers,
we've been
man.
talking about
Oh, all
spoilers
right.
since the beginning.
This is
I don't know why. I'm like, okay, we can go there. We can go there. I
like,
forgot.
I'll even put the title spoilers so
I
that
know.
no one can get
I was
missed.
just trying to reconfirm stuff, man. I'm that paranoid now.
Thank you for tuning in. Please leave a like down below and subscribe to be notified for future content and to help the channel grow. And welcome to the podcast. So, this is a spoiler discussion with a bunch of friends who have watched Doctor Strange 2, The Multiverse of Madness. I'm Miguel Jacinto, representing Premier Avenue Streaming. But to introduce my guests first, we have Asaron, Adrian Asaron to be specific. He is a moderator for Spectator, a musician, specifically a drummer, and he's one of the coolest dudes you know.
No.
And then we have a last minute guest, literally last minute, because he just joined us 5 minutes ago. And it so happens he watched the movie last night. We have Mario Itepo, who recently started streaming. You can follow him at Team Marinade at Twitch, I believe. And he also has social media. For me, I do variety streaming of games, and you can follow me through some links down below, which I'll link on YouTube after this stream. But yeah, let's get started. So before we start, I just wanted to um, see where you guys are with the MCU right now. So pretty much the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So Aid, I want to start with you.
Yo.
Did you watch WandaVision, What If, those TV shows on Disney Plus? Or
Yeah.
I know you watched the recent Spider-Man at least.
Enjoyed that. Yeah. I did watch. I even watched. I'm up to Moon Knight actually.
Oh, Moon
Like
Knight, that's I just finished.
I
Yeah,
don't know if you guys finished that too, but I
I
watched
did.
that episode 6. So yeah, I'm right there. I'm
You're
with
right
you.
there.
I'm with you,
You're
man.
oh, perfect, perfect. What about you, Mary? Since you
Woo.
have Disney Plus in the US, I'm pretty sure it's easily accessible for you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a Disney Plus member. Just finished that Moon Knight too. I'm with you guys there as well. But yeah, pretty much caught up. I didn't. We'll probably get into how
Hmm.
this plays into What If or in WandaVision. But yes,
Yes,
those
we
two
will.
for sure. I watched as well.
All right, all right. Okay, so at least it's good to know that you guys are at least up to date with all the Marvel content going on. Because
Yeah.
if you came to this movie, or just walked in the theater and then just started watching a movie, you might someone might get lost in terms of the plot, like in terms of Wanda or Scarlet Witch to be specific. Like, what is her goal? They do kind of explain it with their children here and there, but
Yeah.
you'd probably have to be a fan to really appreciate every single detail of this movie.
You're right.
Yeah.
So before we start, did you have any theories or expectations before the movie? Like, you wanted something to happen, or you're expecting something? Go. Anyone can go first.
Mary.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll just get started. But here's the weird thing, and I kind of want to bring up how trailers play into this movie because I feel like that is a big part
Yeah.
of the
Actually.
expectations going in, and there are two parts of it. Number one is they kind of played out the trailers to feel like a different movie than what this movie actually was. Like I expected a different vibe, you know, uh, like going in. It's not exactly what I thought. It's kind of like, to me, it almost reminds me of the time I saw Endgame on a trailer, and then it got a movie that was entirely different to what I was feeling.
Yeah.
And then
Mhm.
the other part of it was, expectations wise, was that I think they revealed a little bit too much in the trailers, uh, for
Mhm. Yes.
uh, for me to like, and that, which they still brought a couple of surprises, which we'll
They
probably get
did.
Yeah.
into.
Mhm.
But definitely have, definitely, some of the magic was just taken away from the expectations that were brought about from the trailers, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. Makes sense. Aid, I know you try to avoid trailers as much as
Yeah,
possible. I think
you're
that's the
right.
last thing you told me before. So did you
I'm
avoid trailers
like
for this
that
movie?
guy.
Yes.
Actually, for this movie, it was so hard. I'm
Mm.
on, I'm everywhere. I'm on IG, TikTok, checking that shit
Oh, you're
out.
in TikTok. I didn't know that.
Yeah, recently, man, that shit's like a
Okay.
rabbit hole. Um, and I did have expectations. But I enjoy what they give us.
Mm.
They I think what they do is actually they hint, they purposely plant. I think that's what I believe.
Oh
Like,
yeah, they do.
fuck,
To
I, I want to like
to
go there now, but
yeah,
um,
to throw you off. Pretty
to
much.
throw you
Yeah.
off,
Sometimes, yeah,
they
to throw
show
you off.
you this, and
Mm-hmm.
then you're given this. So it's like, wow, I get what Mary says actually. Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh, I'm so surprised. This is awesome. Thank you. But also like, oh, but I was feeling this, right? If you compare it to like the movies where the trailers really you follow the trailer and you get that feeling. So
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Just to be clear though, like, the movie that I got, it was, I mean, I'm perfectly fine with it. Just the same way, like, for example, how Endgame, like, man, I thought it was gonna be like whatever. Instead of it ended up being, going back in all these. I actually was into that whole thing, and I appreciate that
Oh
they
yeah,
are
yeah.
doing this
Revisiting
type of
like
thing.
the Thanos and all the this and that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. But it's just interesting how Marvel does that. I think now I'm gonna look at it with more,
Mm-hmm.
be a little more careful as I'm looking at the trailer. Like, it's not exactly what it might seem.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. All right. Well, for me, my expectations are really high because the title itself, Multiverse of Madness, is like, okay, the fact that you know what a multiverse, what the idea is, you expect a lot of things to happen. And, after watching this movie, a lot of things did happen, but I wish there was more. We'll get into that later. I really
Yeah.
wish there was more. I guess what Mari was trying to explain earlier was pretty much Professor X showing him in the trailer.
What?
Well, I'm sure you didn't see that, right, Aid? Or did you see that trailer?
Okay, I have.
You did, you
I
did.
should have
So,
avoided them. You're right. Oh man.
so yeah. So when I saw him, at least I had so many theories already, especially with those Ultron bots.
Mm-hmm.
So coming in, I had two theories, which I'll get into now. So one was, well, pretty much the whole internet talked about it, was the Tom Cruise Iron Man,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
and
Uh-huh.
and obviously my expectations were high for that. So I was expecting that, but obviously we didn't get it. And
Mm-hmm.
then the other one was seeing Professor X on a yellow chair. And we know that yellow chair is very iconic for the 90s X-Men animated series.
Oh,
Exactly.
I had no idea.
Yes,
I did
yes.
Even
not
the
know.
music they played,
Yeah, I wanted to get into
like
that
they
too, but
really are like linking
they,
it.
yeah, yeah, they
I'm
did
from the
play that.
'90s, Professor X, right? He's like,
So, but okay, so yeah, before we continue, did you guys know at least Scarlet Witch from the comics, like what she was really known for?
Hmm.
Bringing the end of the mutants, this and that.
I had no
Yeah,
idea.
no idea. No idea.
No.
You ate.
yeah, I actually I didn't read that issue.
Mhm.
But it's on YouTube and
You
I
just
checked
know
it out.
about it. Mm.
Know about that, and from there on I knew you don't mess with this bitch.
You know.
They really made it
So
feel that way, by the
they
way.
really made it.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So I do know about Scarlet
You don't
Witch.
know about it. So I had this theory, which some people have said also, but it's not really going around in the internet. So Scarlet Witch, since she was known for the No More Mutants line or pretty much plot
Mm.
point in the comics, I was thinking since we see a Professor X in a wheelchair, a yellow chair, not wheelchair, yellow chair. I was thinking that since they are bringing back to the X-Men animated series to Disney Plus, I was thinking Scarlet Witch said no more mutants and she brought all of them to a cartoon. That would have
Wow.
been sick. That would have
Wow.
been a good plot line if it were true.
Wow.
Right?
Switch.
Because why would they bring the animated series back?
Holy
Well, I
crap.
was just thinking about that at the time.
Yeah.
But what if she did that? Right? Because it can make sense. Because what we see from
That's an
What If
awesome
and
series, man.
WandaVision, what can happen, she can easily do
Yeah.
that in this movie, right?
It can still happen.
It can still happen. It can still happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll also get to that later because like moving on with the MCU, what can they do in the future, right?
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Sam Raimi directing style and horror.
Mm.
Anything you guys want to say about his directing style
Yeah, you
or
you want to go, Abe?
direction of the movie?
Um yeah, actually I love it. I got dizzy sometimes, right? He would
Oh, by
like
the way, we
really.
we both watched it on IMAX.
Oh
Sorry to
yes.
cut you off.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
so I don't know where you watched it, Mario. Did you watch it
No, I was pretty regular when I watched mine,
regular? Okay.
so I probably didn't get as dizzy as you guys did for some of the
But I
parts.
hear the best theaters are in LA. So I don't know if you're planning to watch
Sure
it
they
at a
have.
better
Oh no,
time, but
well
I
yeah,
hear,
I might.
they have 4DX there, this and that. I
So
really
is it
wanted to watch it on 4DX. It's just it's closed on Evia. The first Doctor's Change I watched 4DX, and that was a hell of a ride. But I
wow.
was really hoping, yeah, you can
Sure,
literally
I'm sure.
feel everything. Sorry, Aid. So going back to you.
Yeah,
Yeah, we watched in IMAX all the special effects.
I'm a fan of horror recently too, so I'm exploring a lot of horror films and just checking this one out. I enjoyed, of course, but it's not like your horror, right? It was a fun horror, and I think that's what Disney's good at. They bring the joy to that, like But with Sam Raimi, the way he executed it, it's hella bloody. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yep,
And we've
absolutely.
never seen that, and I did enjoy
For a
his
Disney
style,
Marvel film, yeah,
right?
we've never seen that. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you, Miggy, what do you think about that?
Um, well, aside from the horror aspect to it, because pretty much everyone who will review this movie or talk about it after seeing it is like, oh yeah, it's very cosmic horror, or he had all the freedom that Marvel gave him compared to
Great,
Sony from the
great.
Spider-Man films. But there's something I wanted to point out that there is history that Sam Raimi was a replacement for
Oh,
this movie, and I was just thinking, was this script made for him? Because if
Yeah.
you go
Yeah.
back to the movie, if you think about it really well, it's
yeah.
pretty much similar to Spider-Man, and I'll get to it because in terms of love interest. Because if you go back to Spider Man, one, two, even three, you'll notice that Peter Parker can't get the girl for some reason. Only towards the end, like he finally gets that girl. Same thing here. Doctor Strange can't get Christine.
Mm,
Right? And even in any other universe, he
yeah.
can't get her.
Shit.
So that's a very Sam Raimi thing if you think about it. So
Hmm.
was this script made for him aside from the horror aspect to it? So there,
Mm.
I was just thinking that because like um, it really just he knows what to do, what kind of scenes to put, the feelings he can put on the character, and eventually the girl Christine.
Yeah,
So there.
that's true.
Yeah. It's like it's interesting. I don't know if I've watched a lot of other Sam Raimi movies besides the original Spider-Man, and I don't know if it's a him thing to have
Mm-hmm.
like for some reason, I don't know if you guys got this impression about the movie, but I felt like it was almost memeable. Like, and for a lot of the movie, like
Yes.
it felt like a Sam Raimi. You know how like for Spider Man,
Yeah, that's so
there
true. Classic
there's a
meme.
lot of like cheesy moments. Like I felt
Yeah.
like out of any MCU movie, because MCU, I don't want to say that like they're tasteful or anything like that,
Yeah.
but or I mean they certainly do a lot of jokes, but it doesn't feel as like this one particularly feels like it's got that Sam Raimi stank. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
just
Yeah. Yeah.
there's a
You're
little
right.
bit of a like a cheesy vibe, which is fun. I mean, I think like I'm not like snobby like that where it's like ugh, like why are
Mhm.
you
Yeah, I
that
get
way?
it. I get that, man.
Yeah, like it's Sam Raimi, but and in regards to the horror too, like um they really made I love how they did that. They made Wanda feel that way. They
Mhm.
made her feel the way that I felt when I watched Rogue One and saw Darth Vader. Especially, we're gonna get into that
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
scene, but that's how
Yeah.
I felt, on
Hmm.
that
Mhm.
scene. That's horror. That's like
Yeah.
this. That's like that's a
We've
Disney horror you're talking about.
exactly. We've
Yep. Yep.
never
That's
like
correct.
we've
That
never
is
seen
correct.
him.
That is correct. Okay, let's go. All right. So let's talk about Doctor Strange. So he is pretty
Wow.
much he had a whole he spread out there throughout the MCU movies. He was very spread out, and he didn't have a solo film since his 2016. But he was in both the Avengers movies. He had a cameo in Thor, and then he also had uh he was also in Spider Man, and yeah, that's pretty much it, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
and for each movie he had a certain importance in terms of where the story went. Like in terms of Infinity War, he gave the Time Stone to Thanos, and then in um Endgame, pretty much told Iron Man, you were the only hope, or this and that. Iron Man found out through him,
Yes.
and he couldn't do anything
That
about it.
one
And we
win.
find more about that here later. Spider Man, he did that spell for to forget that Peter Parker is Spider Man, and but it all trickles down to something big, at least for his movie for
Yeah.
Multiverse of Madness. So yeah, so what do you think about Doctor Strange right now, like where he's at, and we'll talk about his future later, but what can you add to it?
I feel like Doctor Strange, the way they showed him from the start, um, like from his very first film, I think they really showed what he can really do, right? Slowly, as slowly as that, until we reached where he is now. Like all the other spells that he could cast. I mean, of course, in the comics, you could really show easily, right, what he can do and what the power he can display. But in Doctor Strange, in this second film, he's already actually after the first film, he's already like learned through that the Dormammu, the whole Dormammu
Yeah,
sequence. You don't know how long. They never really. I don't know if you guys could confirm, but they never really told us how long he was in that trying to the
you mean
time
the
loop.
dimension?
Yeah,
Yeah, the dimension. Yeah, they don't really explain it.
and then the way he appeared in Spider-Man, he can do spells like that, right? He could go against toe to toe with Thanos, and
Hmm.
yeah, that's just. I feel like they showed us as fast as possible the way he is, and that like steady with that steady pace. He's not like this strong already,
Yeah,
and this
I
and
wanted to
that.
bring that up. He's not overpowered whatsoever. He's
Not
actually not
overpowered.
that powerful in this
That's the
movie
word I
yet,
was looking
until
for.
the
Yeah,
end. But slowly.
yeah.
But in the end of this, he has a lot of potential
You're right. Yeah,
in the end of
definitely,
this. Yeah.
definitely.
What about you,
Man,
Mary?
yeah.
Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I know, and part of I was gonna kind of riff off like what you guys are saying in the sense that I wonder if he was purposely made to feel that way, to just so that Wanda gets a chance to shine as being very, very powerful. You know what I
You're right.
mean? And it's strange because it, like there, even during scenes where the two of them would be seen fighting, I'm pretty sure Doctor Strange is super powerful. You know, and
Hmm.
like as a character, he's like one of the most powerful MCU characters, right? But like that comparison between Wanda, it was very, very apparent in their fighting, and I
Yeah.
think that just they maybe just had to do that for the plot
Yeah.
of the thing. And you know, it's curious too because like when I watch these MCU movies, I'm also looking at it from a lens of like what is their character growth like? You know, you know, like they can come in certain cameos in other movies, but I don't think those moments really show, you know, are really meant to show growth within the character. So if they have their own movie on their own, I'm like looking at it from that lens of like what is this story about? Like the first one, for example, he started off as a super cocky surgeon, whatever, and then he's
Hmm.
learned to humble himself and then become Doctor Strange. And then for this movie, I was trying to figure out what that was that meant for him. I don't necessarily think it was very clear in this movie to me what his growth angle was like. There are two angles I'm looking at from. The first one is maybe, you know, the whole "Are you happy?" situation, like that they
Yeah.
kind of play out in the end. Uh,
Yeah.
but I don't really know. Like it felt to me like it was more on like this whole love interest, you know, on the whole love interest with Christine, right?
Yes.
and,
Yes.
and and that was the whole purpose of it, rather than like him realizing on his own like am I happy being doctor. I don't think it was about that. And then
Yeah.
the other angle might be just as a, I guess, a father figure to America Chavez, but I don't even think that was very highly developed. So I'm trying to figure out right now
That's
what
correct.
was
No,
it
that
in
is
this
correct.
movie. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. I forgot to bring up what if. That was very important to learn heavily about
Yes.
for everyone to know. Yeah, I
Yeah, I
forgot.
wish most viewers or most of the audience for this movie would watch What If first,
Yeah,
just so that they can have that idea that there's a multiverse or
yeah,
understand multiverse more or less. Because like the Spider-Man into the multiverse is not enough, and that's a Sony thing too.
yeah. They all went to one
And
universe. Loki was there to help
Loki,
us out.
Loki is a
Really,
good start also,
yeah,
but it's just an introduction to it because it
for sure.
technically happens at in the end or the last episode, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hmm.
The thing, whole thing would look. I think it's an interesting way. Like you could watch this movie, and I think there are certain prerequisites. Like for sure, you have to watch WandaVision to understand
Hmm.
Wanda's motives.
Yeah.
That's a must. I think, like, I agree with you guys. Loki is a good introduction. I do like the fact that there's the whole time police situation. I think that kind of
yeah. That was
introduces the
cool.
multiverse. Uh, but it's the what if is interesting to me because the movie definitely took so many influences from What If. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a pre like you need to watch What If to understand this movie because you know the things that happen in What If are just things that happen in What If, and um, you know they don't. It's not like this is a sequel to those things,
Yeah, not at
but
all. Yeah,
but if anything, what you would get out of it as a new watcher for someone who didn't watch What If is like a fresh new look on Marvel, which we have not seen before. That's what you would get watching Doctor Strange for the
yeah.
first
That's
time.
so true.
But if you did watch What If, I feel
Well,
like
now
Good
I want
point.
to try that, but I can't.
yeah, it's like like imagine someone who's never
Um,
watched What If and then watched Doctor Strange. You'd be like, "What the fuck is happening? Like zombies in Marvel? Like you know,
I
Scarlet
know,
has
right?
kids. I
yeah,
mean,
like
Yeah.
yeah, totally. It's like what like what? There's Captain Carter. Like what the like
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
my
you'll be thrown off. You're like,
oh,
what's going
whoa,
on?
but my brother was that way. He was like, "What the
yeah,
heck? Like I'm
Oh,
so
your brother
confused."
was that.
right.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Um, but if you did watch What If, though, I feel like you would. It's interesting to see that in implementation, and you're gonna get that. You know that. Oh my God, they really did it. They really did it. That's what I felt at least
You'd
watching it.
think like they recasted the whole Captain Carter Cap. Wait, when
They did a
did they
great job
announce
with.
the recasting?
What happened to Old Man Cap, right?
What
Yes.
happened?
Imagine if a
Uh,
skinny Steve Rogers like comes out of the out of the
the machine,
Illuminati.
the yeah.
It's like, hey guys, don't forget me.
I gotta say though, Captain Carter is buff as you know,
Yeah,
she is
buff
buff.
man.
Or they
Got
put
that
pads here,
soldier's
but
hair
you
going
know,
on.
but she looked good. She looked good. Actually, the next part was gonna be Scarlet Witch leading up to this movie, so we pretty much covered that. Sorry, wrong one. There you go.
Where do you get these
Just
graphics, dude? They look good.
I'll link it
They're
all down
so
below
good.
later. I'll link it all down below. But dude, Sam Raimi did a good job on Scarlet Witch here.
Yes.
So before that, let's just summarize
Wow.
it quite a bit. So everything that happened to her in the Avengers losing Vision um led up to WandaVision, the show, the TV show. So pretty much in WandaVision, she wanted to create her own world and have Vision back. But at the same time, it just so happens to that she, had children within the show, right? Which leads up to her goal in Multiverse of Madness is to find her children or be with her children. So yeah, going back to what we just talked about a few minutes ago, movie some the audience going into this movie will probably get confused to where the Witch is right now,
Yeah.
especially where you find her. Like she's
Exactly.
supposed to make that whole, imaginary world, right?
Yeah. Like when did she do
So
this?
yeah, when did she do this, right?
When did she start doing this? Wasn't she like killing robots? But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's her
but
brother?
yeah.
Where's Pietro?
Where's Pietro? Like,
Oh, that's one thing. I
we didn't
hope
see that
you
coming, you know.
we didn't see a Pietro in any multiverse,
Or
right?
Vision,
Or there, I wanted to bring
right?
that to, or Vision, at least Vision, because of the kids. At least you saw the
Pietro,
kids.
yeah.
Or what I was looking
They're
for in
still
one of the
alive.
houses was a frame or a
Yeah.
picture of Vision at least, like
Hola.
displayed on the coffee table or whatever. Voila, dude. Not even this and that, but
Doesn't love him.
yeah,
Just
dude.
kidding.
So Scarlet Witch has done really well in this one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wanted to get to move along to the mid part of the movie, pretty much.
Yeah.
Um, well, this was in the beginning, but it's spread out through the movie. So Doctor Strange gets dreams, right? And apparently these dreams are from another multiverse.
I believe
So I
that.
wanted to bring up
I believe that.
certain dreams from the last few movies, just a few.
Ooh.
Do you remember when Tony said he dreamt about his kids or his kid
Yes.
Morgan in the park when he
Mm.
Mm.
told Pepper? What if that was in another multiverse? Because eventually they do get a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and they do name the kid Morgan.
Right?
Am I right? Morgan.
Morgan, yeah.
So there. So what if that was a multiverse dream? So somewhere out there, there's another Tony
He
Stark,
did.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Perfect.
It's like, wow, we
Um,
have kids this early though, but then
Yeah.
he did little
yeah.
did he know
Yeah. Well,
later
what if
on. Yeah.
what if in the multiverse though, like we're with Morgan, it's like Tony's like saying like, "Oh, that's like it's my child." And it's like Gwyneth Paltrow and whatever, and then it turns around and it's actually Tom Cruise is the father. Like, oh no, no, it's not even me.
Eventually, I believe they'll cast Tom Cruise eventually, because
Yeah, the fans
if
have
we
a lot
got
to
if
do
we
with the
got Mister
casting now, man.
Fantastic, even Doctor Strange was a fan casting, I believe.
Wow. Good
Oh,
they
They
really?
the
wanted him,
fans
and
are
then
good at their shit,
eventually,
man. They
yeah,
get it down most of the
eventually
time.
he auditioned for it. Also,
Oh
he still
shit.
had to audition for it, but the fans made that happen. you know. Um, So there, I believe it can happen. Another, I guess, dream was how Wanda would always manipulate each
Oh
Avenger
yeah.
in Ultron, I believe. I think some of it were future scenes, and some of it could also have been multiversal. Let's say
I
like
think
when Iron Man saw the whole Avengers, dying or death, pretty much. That could have been not just because of Infinity War, but also another multiverse because we've seen Thanos dead in this movie. So
right? And he's a
yeah,
beast. He beat them 14 million times, man. So that's one
it
dream.
makes me wonder if Doctor Strange saw that other Doctor Strange,
Oh yeah.
They've
That's a good
had
question
to.
because he
and he
can't
didn't
see
want
the
to die.
futures
He didn't
where
want to
he's
die.
dead, right?
Yeah,
Oh, oh, that's true,
He
huh?
can
It's like,
only see the futures where he's actually there, right? So
oh,
that's
I
not.
see.
that's
Eh,
correct.
I,
Actually,
I
I
was,
wanted to bring that up also, Aid, because I have some in
there are
my
more.
notes. I
More
thought
multiverse
about
is that
exactly what you just
crazy,
said,
right?
where because he is Sorcerer Supreme and he can see with the Time Stone until his death, right?
Yeah.
So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but they do mention that he made the Illuminati in this movie,
Yes,
or
I think so.
he did, right?
really.
So if he made that, that means he made it so that they could kill him,
Mm.
Oh,
right? Because
yeah.
pretty much his last scene or last death,
He's the best of us. They say he's the
yeah.
best.
So he's the best of us
No
because
one
he
will
made it,
stop me. I'll make you. And they did. That was
right?
crazy. Actually, now I feel that scene more. Wow. Let
Yeah,
me
you
go
feel that
back.
scene more.
Oh,
That
wow.
feel, yeah,
I'm
right.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was really crazy. If you can get there. Is this a spoiler free?
What,
Or
this talk? No, this
yeah.
is all
No,
spoilers,
we've been talking
man.
about
Oh, all
spoilers
right.
since the beginning.
This is
I don't know. I'm like, okay, we can go there. We can go there. I was
like,
trying to.
I'll even put the title spoiler so
I
that
know.
no one can get
I was
pissed.
just trying to reconfirm stuff, man. I'm that paranoid now. Shit,
That's okay.
Oh
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But
I'm
it's
that.
fine. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm releasing this a week after, so by then people would have watched it. You know.
yeah, for sure. Actually,
So this
that's
goes
the
up on
rule, right?
Wednesday, I think. Yeah.
Ooh.
Huh? Yeah, going back to just Wanda or Scarlet Witch. At least her take, like any other villain here, like some villains just want to take over the world, like Thanos. He wanted half of humanity destroyed or half the universe destroyed, and at least Wanda just wanted her kids.
Yeah.
So it just so happens she's powerful, and she even warns them, or warns Doctor Strange and the rest of the crew. you know um I'll give you this chance to get out of my way and let me find my kids, and I won't wreak havoc, or
Yeah.
have chaos within their area or whatever. But yeah, that's
Wow.
we
Yeah.
understand her as an audience,
Yeah, it's
so we
super
shouldn't.
interesting with
Yeah,
Wanda because I feel like with Wanda, like technically, okay, what I think what they did with her was that because even then, like I get that she just wanted to see her kids, but like just logically speaking, I don't know. This is I might just be like not as empathetic to
go for
her.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she might be. I think that's still something I wouldn't do. I wouldn't wipe out the entire. I want to kill people like just to do that, like to
Yeah.
justify like seeing my kids. However, they took the whole idea of being a mother and doing
Mhm.
everything for your kids, and then had the whole idea of the dark hold
Yeah.
magnifying
She's the
that.
corrupted mother now.
Exactly, like magnifying that whole thing
Yeah.
to make it more twisted. It's like
Mhm.
it's more twisted version of that whole thing. It's like a mother would do anything for her kids, but the dark hold is twisting that into, okay, I'm gonna let me kill these people, let me torture these people, let me blast Wong off a cliff, all that shit. Um, you know,
Scary scene, man.
yeah. So, but I do, but but like as you were saying, Miggy, like it's something that is understandable. Like there is some empathy there, but for for those people who are like, you know what, I still wouldn't do that shit. It's because the dark hold is magnifying that into a twisted version of that.
Yeah.
Correct.
hmm the more we talk about this movie, it makes sense how Multiverse of Madness, the abbreviation of that, is mom.
Yes.
Oh shit!
I knew it.
No way!
They did
Oh
that
my god!
in the
Right?
mom. Doctor
Doctor
Strange
Strange,
and the
mom.
mom.
And the mom. They should have
Her
just
mom.
changed the title to that. Doctor Strange and the mom.
Okay,
Dude, I
so
I was thinking
yeah,
that too.
you're thinking that
Crazy
too.
the way they did that.
Yeah, because Mary expanded on
That
the mom
detail.
thing and then the children. Yeah.
She's so angry, man. The Illuminati couldn't even do a single thing. No dent. Like,
And the way they portrayed her in this movie, like she pretty much breaks the fourth wall by looking at the audience.
oh, I
You
love
remember that
that
scene?
scene.
Mm.
Like you're like,
Oh, I
you're
remember.
like,
Yeah.
I was
what?
like, hi.
You're seeing this in IMAX, but you're like, whoa. I mean, you're
Wow.
beautiful, but whoa.
It was like a classic horror kitchen scene, pa, right? Looking out
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Damn,
was made
Sam
to
Raimi
look
is really
like
good.
she
so
had like
far
some
with
Sadako
your kids.
references there,
Oh,
like
I
Yeah,
wanted to bring
you
that
know
dude.
up.
with the
Yeah.
hair,
Hmm.
Crazy.
like
Oh, even the way she got out of the
oh
gong
my
to start.
god,
I was like,
Dude,
yes.
the
we're going
gong,
there.
the arm first, and then
The-
like
And then like America was like, oh,
like the broken
I
bones, and
freak
then
out.
fixing yourself.
Yeah, and then
Yeah. Okay. Here. So
ear
here's just.
healing. Like I don't. I'm that strong, man. In the
So here's
mouth.
a story. This is not for kids. This movie. We're on that page, right? We can say this is not for
Yeah, if
kids.
I
Actually, it
feel
could
like
easily be an R-rated movie. It's just
easily.
yeah.
PG-13, not for kids. So in my IMAX experience, you know how IMAX is like it's very steep, and you know you can really see over the row in front
Oh
of you
yeah,
because
you
you're
would watch
like, you
anything in
know,
theater.
no matter how short you are or how tall you are,
Yeah,
you
it's
can still see.
strategically
There's
positioned.
literally a kid like to my right. Probably
Oh yeah.
maybe max 11, maybe 9 years old. I don't know. And then, she's allowed to watch movie because she has a guardian. And we're at that ring part. And I'm freaking out because I'm like, oh my God, it's the ring, the gong
Yes.
part. The gong. And I'm like,
I
this is
got triggered,
amazing.
man.
This is amazing. But in my peripheral, I can see the kid. He's like, it's like, oh, poor kid.
Uh,
You don't see
these are the
that
type
anymore.
honestly, these are the type of things though that get kids into horror movies later down the line. It could
Oh,
either
true,
turn you
true, true.
off. It could turn you
Hmm.
off, or it could like inspire you in a way that like, man, like no other movie can give me this, you know. And I know
Oh
a
my
lot of
gosh, you're
people
right.
who have, dude, some of the imagery, like when some of the imagery in the movie is physically disturbing for adults like us, that's when you're like, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so true. Nothing else gives me that, like, the chills seeing that. Man, if I were that age, I would have freaked out,
Like,
man.
get me out of this movie. It's a big ass screen. It's
But now that
IMAX.
I'm older, I'm like, I love this stuff.
Keep going.
Keep
Okay,
going.
Oh my.
Go
random
darker.
random tangent, by the way. Okay, so it's the same feeling that I got watching. Okay, this is such a different show altogether. Like, it's not even
Go for
related to
it.
Marvel,
Okay,
Hmm.
but
cool,
dude,
cool, cool.
fucking Courage the Cowardly Dog, man.
Oh,
Courage the Cowardly
Courage.
Dog. I watched that
late
show when I was a
night,
kid.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, especially that one scene where he like
Dude, most of the
looks out of the
cartoons, man. Hmm.
yeah,
But
like he
yeah,
looks
go
at
ahead.
Ren
Go
and
ahead.
like
Stimpy is another one, man.
Ren.
Mhm.
I was just gonna say that too, Ren and
Yeah.
Stimpy. But there's just one particular scene in Courage where he's like he looks outside the window and then there's like this dude out. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like
Is that the
return to slab.
with the hair like?
Yeah, 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 exactly. Return to
And I feel like I
slab.
look
I
crazy
was like,
there.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's okay.
All
Sorry,
the
super
villains
super
of
tangent.
Courage.
Oh, it's fine, dude. That adds to it
I
actually.
feel like they should do Doctor Strange. The Courage Rider. Man, I'd be scared
Man.
now, right?
Yeah,
Dude, I
no,
hope
for
they
sure.
make a Disney ride that's just Doctor Strange themed,
Oh
and
man,
it's just
because
multiverse. That
the
would be
Mummy was
us.
so successful as a horror
Hmm.
theme park ride, so I feel like they could go that direction.
And with all the
With
visuals
all
right
the
now.
stars of America Chavez.
Oh, and you're like,
Oh, oh, and
and
then they
then
just
and then
LED. Whoa.
the ride has to make you vomit by the
Oh
end,
yeah, yeah. That's the best part.
just like Doctor Strange.
And that's the picture. That's where the picture takes the
That's the
shot. Here,
picture, like yung lobby.
There's like,
you
oh
wanna
my
buy
god.
$15? It's you. It's you and your friends.
Oh my
It's
god.
not even mid like ride. It's after.
I said it's like there, you can see it. Eh. Pwede.
Oh my god.
Okay.
That was good. That was a good
That
one.
was good.
Um. Okay, so let's talk about Illuminati.
Okay.
Um.
Ooh. Oh, we're there.
we're there. We're halfway. We're halfway. So
We're there.
Illuminati, were you disappointed that it was not a multiverse Illuminati? Like it, they seem to explain that it was just that world,
Mhm.
right?
How do you mean by it was not a multiverse Illuminati? Like,
Because the Illuminati in the comics is pretty much, I think it's multiverse, right? If
Yeah,
oh,
I'm
I
wrong.
see. Like,
yeah.
I had
Like
no
it's
idea.
for every, yeah,
To
universe, and
save,
then
yeah,
but this
every
one explains how they had to make it because um the other Doctor Strange destroyed the other universe due to the, was it incursion or something
incursion.
like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
cause an
Hmm,
incursion.
interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know that at all, so I couldn't
But
speak to it.
which is actually a good thing because they're dead. So
I think that's
considering
why
it's
they
not
did that.
multiverse, yeah,
Yeah,
because yeah.
they wanted to soften it up and then
It's
have
often it
Wanda
up.
be her bad bitch self, right?
Yeah.
If it was a
Mhm.
multiversal, Wanda would have like no action. I'm the best Professor X in this multiverse. I'll beat you, man. He could do that, but in that he was, I probably he was aged now, futuristic Professor X. So, but you're right. It's not like the mastermind of all multiverse. They gave us
Mm,
this toned down, which I appreciate to show us also how,
Mhm.
because she's established, I guess, Scarlet Witch
Yeah.
in this universe. So, right, show me Illuminati, and it's the best way. I think. I don't know if it's the best way, but I loved how they introduced them.
It's a safe way. It's a safe
Safe
way.
way. That's a word.
It's a safe
Safe
way.
way.
It's,
Yeah, safe. And quick.
um
Sorry, quick.
it was
I
quick.
mean, it wasn't. You could say it's rushed.
For me, it
Was
was
it
too quick.
rushed?
Like I wish they had more screen time, but you know,
Quick.
it
do you
had to go
guys
with the pacing.
do you guys get Deadpool 2 vibes from this?
Yeah,
Do you get
actually.
do you remember when they did the whole X Force thing
Yeah.
and they were jumping off the plane?
Yes.
Look at these amazing people. They're like the
The whole-
best. And then like they spend so much time like going through like how good these people are and then
Yeah.
only to be like demolished like shortly
yeah.
after.
And the way they did it, hilarious. Like it's the
Yeah.
most Deadpool way they could ever die. Crap.
Yeah. I think I don't know like a part of me like was thinking that the entire time while they were dying I'm like this is so Deadpool too like it's almost comedic
Mhm.
in a way
It is. Yeah.
um and yeah I mean I guess they kind of did the whole sacrifice just to like as you guys were saying like to just like look how powerful Wanda is look how like fucking scary she is she's gonna kill
Yeah.
everybody she's the a horror this is a horror movie etc
Yeah.
I don't mind though because it's a I like my thought on it is I don't mind because it's multiverse, you know, because it's like you know
Mhm.
okay they
Mhm.
have the power to do whatever the fuck you want
Actually, yeah.
as long as you're not fucking with the real world,
Yeah.
like go
That's
go
true.
go
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
ahead. Um,
That
That's a
is
however,
true.
ticket. That's a ticket.
my thing with it is like now I'm not I don't know I'm more affected about like how am I gonna feel when I see real Professor X in another movie on the real world or even John Krasinski as you know Mr. Fantastic
Mhm.
like you know with the would my feeling of it be like disenchanted and am I just gonna be like you know I've seen him already you know
Oh
what I mean
yeah. It's
like
like, oh yeah, yeah,
that's kind of like my thought there. I don't know.
yeah. I get
That's
it
true.
actually. I get it. I've seen him.
Um
He could
yeah.
do this, but I feel like also Marvel is coming from Fox. I think that's why they even use the same actors. Of
Mm,
course, the multiverse, like we're familiar as an audience or as fans of what they've
True.
created.
Yeah.
The easiest way for us to link and relate
Mhm. Mhm.
is to have the same dude. And you're right, actually. Like, will it lose the charm of seeing? And but I feel like it was fan service too. Like you have your OG, and I think also what they did
Ouch.
is you're expecting your OG. You kind of want OG to appear because they're like
Yeah.
prime.
yes, exactly.
Right? The only way they can bring in a new one if they make him younger from another universe. But I
Hmm.
get what you mean, and I feel like they can pull it off. They've been pulling shit off, and I don't know. I'm just a fan. Sorry. I get it. I get you though.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to see. I want to see too. Sorry. Yeah.
But yeah,
No, no,
going
for sure.
back to the trailers that Mari mentioned a while ago, I really hope. Well, well, now that's over. I wish he wasn't in the trailer.
Yeah, yes.
Imagine,
That
imagine
one.
hearing
Ah,
his
yeah.
intro, the X Men intro, and then him coming in. You'd freak out. Like you'd be like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
had
yeah.
no idea.
Tiny
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I'd rather have Reed Richards in the trailer more than Professor
Professor.
X. Just
Oh
True.
yeah. All right.
because
That's,
the leading up to it, because he was the last one introduced, I think, and
Yeah,
his
yeah,
chair just pulls
yeah.
up from the
Exactly.
back,
yeah.
and then that's when the music plays,
Yes.
and you'd be like, is it him, is it the OG? And it's the OG,
Oh
and then
gee.
Yeah, I
He
would
did
have.
so well. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's wild. Another thing,
but
by the
it
way,
is
just
fan service.
Yeah.
yeah, and I just want to say, like, another thing that I feel like the trailers kind of made my just kind of going back to expectations or whatever, but they did show a lot of Wanda clips where you could
Oh yeah.
speculate that she was the villain. That kind of
Mm,
changed the way that I saw the
Right.
movie too. Like
yeah, I
they
think.
have scenes where like you could see like some dark spots in her eyes, like her crushing a head or Ultron's like
Yeah.
that all kind of made me feel that way, I guess.
Okay,
I
before we
love.
continue, I'm just gonna go ahead, Aid. I'm just gonna turn on my aircon. It turned off.
Okay, go for
But
it.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I love that bit. She crushed that Ultron's head because she knows what Ultron did to her brother.
Oh
Boom.
my god.
And they even
No,
say
you're
this,
right.
right? This is Ultron Sentry, and then she's like, "Fuck you."
What did you say?
That even I
What
feel
did you
like
say?
that angered her even more, right?
Yeah,
Like you're using
exactly.
Ultron to defend the world. Fuck, you killed my brother, man. Boom.
That's a very good insight there. I didn't pick up on
I
that, but
felt
yeah.
that, man. So yeah, but the trailers, she did. I was thinking the whole time, like, man, they're leaking so much. I wish they did. Yeah, you're right. I saw her. She's probably the villain. You could deduce it there. Like, you're not
Hmm.
even right. Who's stronger than this one, right?
Oh
In
yeah,
the
that's right.
trailer, right? In the trailers, unlike
Yeah.
unlike Thor, comparing it to Thor, you know it's Gore, and they're saving him, right? You know
And
it's
they didn't even show him.
Christian Bale.
They didn't even show him.
They didn't
They
even show
showed
him.
a few things that
I hope they
he
stay
will
there.
kill.
Yeah,
I
just
hope they
keep
say
it
that.
that way, guys. Come
That
on.
way, man.
We don't want to see Christian Bale.
You know,
We don't need to
No.
see
I'm so
Christian
sorry,
Bale.
Christian Bale.
Yeah,
But
did you hear what they were saying about Christian Bale, about him as a
One of the
villain?
best. I
One of
heard
the
one of the
I'm
best, right?
sure
best.
he's
Yeah.
gonna deliver,
I think
man.
I linked it to you, Aid. Yeah.
Oh yes,
I think
I'm sure he's
yeah.
gonna deliver. He always does.
Dude, I
Yeah,
trust in the
no.
guy.
And
Mhm.
he's paired with the one of the best Thor villains talaga. Wow.
Have we ever seen Christian Bale as a villain before? I don't know if I've watched.
Well, I watched American Psycho. That's one of
American
the most
Psycho
watched.
is
But
good.
even American Psycho, he's a villain, but he's still like the main
It's a
I
character.
protagonist,
mean,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
main character.
But like as a villain, I think even in movies where he's the good guy, he still feels like a villain. That's
Yeah,
how I know
he
how
has
good
that
he's gonna
vibe.
be. He gets
Like,
that
yeah,
vibe. Yeah, he's totally like, I'm excited.
Dude, I'm
super
excited.
excited. But yeah, I wish they.
Uh,
I feel like Thor at least their pace is like it's so close. And
mhm.
talking about all
Right.
these trailers, I might like go back to not watching Thor just
You
because
Yeah,
I
should,
love
actually,
dude.
the
You
Thor.
first
should.
Thor trailer is enough. I think. I think
Yeah,
that's
I was so
enough.
happy. I
You
mean,
don't need. They didn't give anything away. It's
Natalie
just pretty
Portman,
much,
like
dude, she's butter. But yeah, she's
she didn't
really
even do
huge there.
anything. You
She
know
didn't do
she's
anything.
coming back as Jane Foster because of the whole time, right? So it's I
That is
mean
a
for
comic line, also. Yeah. Mhm.
exactly. So they just want to tease us like how she looks like, and I was happy with that. Like that's a trailer, right?
That's a trailer.
That's a
That's
trailer.
Taika Waititi. Good job.
Yes, he knows. He knows.
Plus, Thor Ragnarok
um,
is like one of my favorites of all time. So
dude,
I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure he's gonna
with the
deliver.
rock and roll
the
man.
fact
Right there.
that
Yeah.
Thor has a fourth movie just to bring Taika back, that goes to
Hell
show
yeah.
how much
Give
everyone
me
loved
more Korg.
Ragnarok.
Give me more
Yeah. No,
Korg.
everyone loves Ragnarok.
Yeah, let's move on to the death of Illuminati. Just in order, because it started with
Holy
Black
shit.
Bolt.
It's bound to go
So
there.
Black Bolt,
Yes.
they did a
Oh.
Matrix to him. I don't know if you remember that scene in the Matrix where Neo like wakes up from his from being unconscious or something
Oh,
like
I
that.
love that
And
scene.
then he's in that interrogation room. Then he has no mouth. So I don't know if Sam Raimi got that from Matrix or something like that, but it made sense to how you'd kill Black Bolt if you think about it,
Smart.
because he's freaking out. And if you watch that scene in slow motion, I watched it because there's so many leaks on YouTube,
Yeah.
and it's fine because we've seen the movie. So I, if you watch it in slow mo, you can really see him freaking out that he just has nothing to do but screaming in terms of because of he's freaking out, but that's his power.
He
So
couldn't
so
breathe too,
it
right?
goes
Like,
back to him. If you get a chance to see it in slow mo in YouTube, you can see his head pop, and then his brains from his mask. You'll see it pouring down, legit.
Yeah,
And
I saw
obviously
that.
he gets the bloodshot eye,
and he
this and
falls
that.
down like
That
ragdoll.
was like, whoa, that was like a tease, that's like starting it up.
You're
The
like,
next thing
oh
you know,
my
it's
gosh.
freaking Mr. Fantastic or Reed Richards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one scene with Black Bolt, right? Did I get it
Yeah.
right?
that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, like this. That was a scene where I knew that this movie wasn't fucking around. Like
Yeah.
that's the one scene. I don't know if there's any other gory scenes before that, but then like the moment I saw that, I was like,
You
okay,
said it.
everybody's gonna die. They're all gonna fucking
Yeah.
die. And also that this movie was very very different from any other Marvel movie, just simply from that scene. It was that was the disturbing imagery. Besides
Mm.
the Wanda, like this
Hmm.
was the other very disturbing imagery that I noticed during the movie. That I was like, yeah, kids are gonna flip the fuck out when they see this. Like
I think
PG,
one scene,
13.
Mary, before the Black Bolt one was
Yeah.
when one of the sorcerers tried to destroy the. Well,
Oh
she
yeah.
eventually destroyed the Darkhold.
That was brutal,
She
man.
became Ash. I think that's one of the
It's
first gore scenes.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
Yeah,
And then she got like
and she need the replacement to get to the facility.
right,
Mhm.
Yeah.
right.
I feel like for me, even the eyeball of that that was
Oh, the
gory, man.
thing,
Imagine the
Gargantos,
Oh
dude.
visual,
yeah.
yeah, Gargan. The visual. I'm gonna Doctor Strange is this brutal. I'm gonna spear the shit out of his eye. That's how detailed.
Actually, that was the first one. You're
Boom.
right there. That was
Right?
the first one. But a part of
Unplugged.
I was kind of like telling myself like, oh no, no, Disney can do this because it's just a monster. It's not a real
Yeah,
person.
yeah, yeah. Exact.
And
Same.
then when and then when they did that to Black Bolt, I'm like, okay, never mind. Fuck that. Like everything I said
Shock
before.
factor, dude.
Oh my god! And they did the same thing to Reed. They popped his head off, like made him spaghetti and whatever.
Yeah.
Spaghetti.
That was pretty sad because we see him for a bit, and you're like, hey, he's here, and he's gone. It's, you know,
I love what
Yeah.
Mary said when like we're not fucking around here. Like we're going there. I super agree with you, and I feel I just want to shout out like we're messing with Scarlet Witch 616. She's OG prime Scarlet Witch, and you're just
OG.
multiverse variants. I'm gonna eat you alive. Like when after that Black Bolt scene, you're right. It's like we're not messing around here.
Yeah.
Crazy.
A part of me is even wondering if they made these calculated casting choices for those people just for you to fall in love with them, then
Wow.
then they go all like
Game of Thrones style, man.
get 100%. Like imagine a part of me is even thinking like, what if Reed Richards was the first one to go? Like everyone was like, oh my god, it's Reed. Oh fuck, that would be horrible. Like
He
God.
was the second one to go though, but I guess
Because they
you know
warmed you up now, like, oh, they're gonna
they
die.
they, they, they need to warm you up.
Oh, they're gonna die.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
and then
it was brilliant.
from there, everyone's, yeah, I have to say it, everyone's fucked. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
everyone's next in line.
Girl power though. Let's go. They're like, I'm
Girl
a
power. At least they, I have to bring up something. There was a missing chair. There was someone missing in one of the chairs, and
Mm,
I was trying to read up on it to why that person is missing. Some people say it's Clea, the one who shows up in the end, but it could be
Mm,
Black Panther. So
mm,
early this year, or I think last year, they already had a Black Panther for this movie. But then I don't know if you heard about the news, but they had to recast Black Panther or something like that
I
for
did
Really?
the
not. I did
for the
not.
original Black Panther. So I think they
Really?
had to do reshoots. So it could be Black Panther who was in that last seat. If not
Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah,
Iron Man.
Tom
Yeah.
Cruise.
I
But
wonder
he's
if Tom
busy
Cruise is
with
in the movie.
he's busy with what's that other movie? Top Gun 2.
Top Gun.
Oh, I
It's
see.
not out yet, right?
I think it's out in the States. I could be
Oh,
wrong.
all right. All right.
I
I
could
don't
be
I don't
wrong.
think I don't know if it's out, but
I
what's
forget you're in the
interesting
States.
exactly. I could speak for that. Uh, what's crazy though is that they were showing Top Gun as the trailer, the big trailer before the movie of
Oh,
Multiverse of Madness. So I wonder
Wow.
if yeah, it's like Tom Cruise is he going to be in this
It's a
movie or
tease.
not? Like oh, it's like we can't give you Tom Cruise in the movie, so we'll give you his trailer in
Oh,
Top Gun. You know.
at least you saw
speaking of
him.
trailers, I want to bring up something later but it's not about the movie. But yeah, I'll have to ask you after the whole thing because I heard that they showed a trailer which I really want to see, and I don't think it's on the internet.
No, I know what you're talking about, dude. Okay,
Yeah.
they showed a trailer
Okay, we
in.
can get into it now.
Okay, yeah.
We're going there.
Holy shit, dude. Okay,
All right, go for
this
it.
is insane. Are you talking about Avatar 2?
Yes, I'm talking about Avatar
Oh,
Dude,
2.
I saw the trailer. I saw the trailer.
We didn't get trailers coming in. For
I
some
think it.
reason,
Yeah,
did
I
it
didn't
they
get
didn't show,
trailers.
right? Yeah, I didn't get trailers too.
I thought it was because we premiered late, right?
No, but I didn't get either.
They would still play. All right, so
Yeah, that was
they had
shocking to
trailers.
me because I usually see a trailer on YouTube first before I see a trailer.
Mm,
And it brings me back to the days where I would go to movies and see the trailer and then get
yeah,
shocked
right.
before the
I think
movie
they should go
and then
back
get
to that.
hyped.
They
Yeah.
should go back to that.
Man, I think there's an anti-trailer team going on. Pretty sure.
Yes. Yeah, just boycott trailers on YouTube.
Boycott
It's
trailer, man.
not. Yeah, no. Maybe people will go to the theater. Like no one goes to theaters as much as they used to
I
do.
think that should
I
be a
think it's good,
push.
Right?
Like if you want to watch the trailer, go to the theater
yeah.
early,
Yeah.
right? It
Yeah.
should be a push. It should be a
Waiting
push.
for that.
Anyway, so
Sidetrack to the
but
Maverick.
yeah, I have
The
to look for the
Maverick.
trailer one way or another.
And we
I'm
always
sure it's
end up
out
on
there.
hot trailers.
um, so the last two, well, before Professor X, but the last two, which is
Mhm.
Captain Carter and Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel.
Marvel.
I
Yeah, at
didn't
least.
even realize that.
Oh, you didn't realize
Yeah.
that?
No, that was Monica Rambeau.
That was, yeah.
What
So in
the?
her
I,
universe,
I
it's
think it's the
not
mom. The
the,
mom of Monica.
the mom, yes,
Yeah.
not the one in One Division,
Yeah, not
the
the mom.
mom of that one in One Division.
The mom.
So yeah,
oh my
the
god. Okay,
MOM.
Mother
it makes
Rambo.
sense. Yeah, sorry to cut you off, but yeah, that just kind of shocked me. It just blew my mind.
Yeah.
I
Did
So
just
at
they
least they
recast?
had a good action scene, a longer scene, which
Hmm.
I really wish Black Bolt and well, not maybe not Black Bolt, but at least Reed Richards would have a longer scene, right? Just to see. Well, we know his power,
yeah.
but he could have like dodged it a bit, just show some
Yeah.
flexibility here and there. But I don't know.
Like no,
I guess maybe he was being paid by the second. I don't.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's true, huh?
big
Could be.
costumes though. I love the costumes. Let me just put that out
Great
there.
costumes.
Yeah, I agree.
That's
I
a
think
reveal to me, right?
that's right. I think the
He's
ones,
an
obviously, the
extension.
ones in charge of the Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch costume, I'm sure they worked on the Illuminati costumes. That's
Oh
why
my
they look so
gosh,
good. Yeah,
the way
especially the chair, the yellow chair looked good. It looked futuristic and very X Men. I don't know if that's a good way
they got
to
the
describe it.
cartoon, they put it there.
They got
They made it work.
exactly.
They made it work.
Yeah, Captain Carter is a cartoon basically, if you think
Yes,
about it, and
yes.
then
Yeah,
made her work.
identical. Almost identical to me. Like the
Hmm.
way, except for the fact that the cartoon Captain Carter is like maybe 5 times more buff than this one. But
She
like
Oh
I
was
mean,
yeah,
like
really strong, man.
imagine having, imagine seeing this in a real movie. Though I feel like that would be overkill. But
mhm.
great job. I agree with you guys.
Great job.
With a jetpack, man.
With a jetpack. That's
Yeah,
right.
With the
grabe how
jetpack.
they killed them off, though. I was really paying attention to the fight between. we're talking about that, right? The two that
Yeah, yeah. We're still there. Yeah.
are still there with Captain Marvel and Scarlet Witch with Captain Carter. Two
Hmm.
captains going against Scarlet Witch. Wow.
Mm, that's true. That's true.
With the
I
fight, yeah. Sorry,
oh,
go.
sorry. I was gonna say like I actually thought that Captain Marvel was gonna be Iron Man. Like when they were
Could
showing,
be
right,
the
when they were
Yeah,
trailer.
showing that, when they were
thought
showing
that too,
leaks.
man.
Yeah, I don't know, but anyway.
I was convinced to like to see superior Iron Man with the whole, but then it makes sense too that same powers as Captain Marvel with the photon blast. That's what it's called, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
And for the last death, Professor X.
Yeah,
It
that
was
was
the slowest one leading up to it, but we knew it was coming.
yeah.
Yep.
Uh, One thing I want to point out: the way that Scarlet Witch looked before she broke his neck. If you go back to
Hmm.
X-Men 3,
Some
that's how
Evil Dead
Phoenix,
stuff
that's
going
how
on.
Dark Phoenix looks,
Oh,
Really?
right? With the red eyes, with the black eyes.
yeah.
Remember how
But
she'd
she was kind of
get
damaged.
mad and then
Yeah.
she looked pretty,
Oh yeah.
scary. That's
Kind of pale,
exactly
right?
kind of pale and all the veiny black veins and stuff like that. They kind of brought that back with Scarlet Witch.
Wow.
I like.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool,
Cool.
right?
Cool. Some X
Yeah,
Men
I like that
reference.
one.
It's
The-
just sad that it's his third death in movies. If
Yeah.
you think about it. So
I
he dies in
know.
Last Stand, and he dies in Logan, and he
I
dies again.
know.
Oh my
Imagine
god.
that.
they did it good though. Well, the I don't know how you guys felt about the neck snap, because the neck snap, to me, I felt that neck snap like in the theater.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
Imagine if it
physically,
was
like I felt
4D.
like
I wonder how
Wow.
they'd make you feel that
Your chair
something
will move
cracks in
like
your chair.
that.
yep.
They have
What's
the
good?
cart.
Exactly. It's like the Universal Studios like Shrek ride, you know? They
Yeah.
actually like crack your neck like in the movie, so you really feel it.
Crazy.
Just Shrek, right?
But yeah, I feel like Professor X. I mean that whole mind game.
Mhm.
I'm always a fan of that. They've done that in lots of films and TV shows. I don't know if you guys watch Legion, but the battle between the minds. It's like
I
world,
watched like a bit of it before it
like
got canceled.
Inception, right? They dream, and then the
Yeah.
world they put out there is really the battlefield. And crazy how they did that. It's the same thing when she was coming in Camartage, right? It was like red
Oh
smoke.
yeah, the mist.
Like that's
That's
Yeah.
right.
her,
Yeah.
like I'm coming, right? Scarlet Witch. She did that too in Professor X's mind, like, oh no, he's coming. And then snap.
He knew. He knew.
He knew.
Yeah, a part, I was wondering through that whole scene as well, because when he found the Wanda that was trapped in that cave looking thing, to me, I read that as, this is not actually Wanda. This is Wanda corrupted by the Darkhold,
Yeah.
and then this is the Wanda that's actually trapped in, that she's wrestling with her mind, like she's becoming someone else. This is the original one.
Mhm.
But a part of me was still kind of like, it's weird. Like as he was trying to pull her out, it didn't really feel like she was trying to get out. I don't know if you guys got that impression though. It just felt like she was like, oh, like,
She's having a hard
like,
time, yeah.
yeah, yeah. I don't know, but
Could have been an illusion too. Like maybe it's just
hundred
illusion
percent.
in an illusion or something like that. Ah.
Gotta
Mm-hmm.
see that again. I was just scared the whole time because it was quiet. It's like, right?
Yeah, because everyone's like, "Oh shit, what's gonna
Quiet
happen next?"
scene.
You know.
And you got Steve Jobs. He was in his Steve Jobs outfit.
That's true.
Like, if I were Professor X, I made myself walk. I would have made myself buff and like get her off that drop. But he made himself Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
He's like, Steve Jobs, let me help you out. Oh crap!
Exactly. I'm imagining like Wanda take, like, instead of going, he goes to like Wanda. It's like, Wanda, have you seen the new iPhone? Just pulls it out from his pocket. It's
This
like,
app can help you from the ground. Make sure to download it on the App Store.
exactly. use this app to get you out of the cave.
Steve Jobs. No, I didn't. I didn't. Wow, I didn't
Sorry.
realize that. No, but you're correct. You're
R.I.P.
correct. You're right.
R.I.P.
You're
Steve
right.
Jobs, man.
It's very all right. Um. Yeah. So let's move to the last part. I guess pretty much. We don't think Wanda's dead, right? Yeah, she's
Oh
not
yeah,
dead. She's still like that whole thing can't
I don't
kill
think so.
her.
I
Yeah,
don't think.
Yeah, but
we all know if you don't see the body,
oh, that
yeah,
is
if you
right.
don't
That
see the body,
is
yeah.
101. We don't see the body.
Comes back.
And
We saw her brother's body. He never came
That's
back.
he never
or
came
what
back.
if no. I was gonna say what if her brother just out of another multiverse just came in and swooped her. And
Exactly.
then,
Right? We didn't
Yeah,
see more of Pietro nga. Yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah.
I
because
wish
he
we did.
got
At least like a reference, right?
Yeah.
Like a Easter egg.
yeah.
Hmm.
Well, we did see him
Um
because he got reincarnated into that new movie that's
Yeah.
coming out. I forget his name. What was his name?
The villain, Spider-Man
Yeah,
villain.
yeah, the Spider-Man villain. I forget
I
his
think
name.
Craven the Hunter.
Craven
Yeah.
the Hunt. Yeah, there you go.
hmm, that's right. He is Craven now. I
He's
forgot
Yeah,
about
Craven
that.
now. Yeah.
officially the second person to be recast in a Marvel movie, right? Second, because like Chris Evans
There's
was
a lot.
Human
Oh,
Torch. Oh,
dami
there's a
na.
lot.
Oh
Oh, there's
There's
yeah.
a lot. There's a lot.
There's a lot.
there's a
There's a
lot.
lot.
Oh shit, that's
I
crazy.
Yeah, we can
feel like
list that
this
down. But
guy
there's a lot.
it's a lot.
Who? Which guy? This.
No, the actor, Aaron Taylor
Mm.
Johnson. It's like from the MCU. He was spawned in the MCU first. First time to have him like join another and become a villain of Spider-Man, right? Like
Oh, you're talking about from Marvel to Sony.
from Marvel to Sony. Usually it's like
Mm,
I
true.
don't know.
I'm thinking if there was another one, but it seems correct.
Yeah,
Uh,
but
I'm
I
sure
think
there
he's
is one more.
alive.
I feel like there's one more that I'm missing, but yeah, that's correct. I think from Marvel to Sony. So yeah, going back to Wanda before she died or when she died, she also destroyed the dark hole. Before, well, Strange was able to use it here and there, and then he got his third eye. Right? Do you have any theories to why he got his third eye or the reason for it? Because I do have one.
Well, the only thing I could think of maybe is the fact that maybe he you like because this is my thought like the Strange from that one universe that I can't really remember the one where he fights have like a music battle, you know,
Oh,
Oh yeah, we
right?
have to mention that. Yeah,
Yeah, like that was that a Sam Raimi thing? I feel like who
I
thinks of
feel
that
like it
stuff?
was a Sam Raimi thing,
Like
but
who?
trippy.
also a Danny Elfman thing.
Oh,
The
I see.
cool,
composer.
cool, cool.
I feel
Well
like it
played,
was
well
both.
played.
Yeah, there's nobody. I can't like. I'm just imagining them in a boardroom, like, oh my god, and then he hits the piano, and then music notes come out of the
Then
air.
strings.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use this to fight you.
exactly. Like no, like who
Crazy.
thinks of that stuff? You know. But what was I saying? Sorry. The
So
the
good
um
though. Oh my god.
the,
Sorry, go.
the Strange that had the Darkhold had the third eye, right? So
Hmm.
when I think that when Strange came in contact with the Darkhold and had used it to create Zombie Strange, which to be honest though, it is weird, but
Mhm.
I thought that was like one of my favorite, absolutely favorite parts of the movie. I loved Zombie
No, I
Strange.
agree with you, dude.
It was
Dude,
so
that was
funny.
yeah, and it made sense. Like it's not like you just want a zombie thing. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can
Oh
do
yeah.
the what do you call it? The walk thing, the sleepwalk.
Oh,
Dream
the
What did they
walking.
call it?
Dream
dream
walking.
walking, dream
Yeah.
Dream
walking.
walking. Sorry,
Yeah.
dream walking. So the fact that they can integrate dream walking to not just people who are
That
alive but
line
dead
was so
people.
good.
Dude, that line, and next thing you know, it's like the hand that
Right.
just comes out of nowhere, and then the
Horror,
zombie
man.
strange, and I'm like, wow, this was done well.
Right?
Yeah.
Even the movements were so good.
I knew it was coming though. I actually had I knew that that I didn't know that he was going to possess Zombie Strange, but I knew that Zombie Strange was going to be a thing because
Yeah.
when he buried the first guy, when he buried him, Defender Strange into the thing, he buried him in like cobblestone, like or like these
Hmm.
cobblestone material, which is very it's a very iconic zombie thing to see, like a
Ooh,
hand coming out from the
foreshadowing,
ground.
man.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Foreshadowing it. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm like, oh, you know, it's gonna happen. I just don't know when. But just the whole vibe of him, like in this in the cape full of like these the spirits that are laughing at Wanda,
Oh
like, oh
yeah.
my god. So funny. Like it's like the best imagery in the entire movie for me.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Crazy
Um
Yeah.
how they played that. It was the spirits laughing. It's like wow. I've seen these demons going around. Like you're right. The way they did that whole thing. And
It's great, yeah. But sorry, yeah, just to kind of stay on topic here. But yeah, when he
No,
did
it's all good.
come, when he came in contact with the Darkhold, like that's when I feel that's how I feel like that's when I feel like he got that third eye. I feel like when you come in
You're right.
contact with it, you do spells from it. I don't know though. Like I don't really know much about Marvel lore besides the movies, but yeah. What
Well,
do you guys
this
think?
yeah. So what I thought was it's actually just coming from the movies. If you remember from this first one, you all watched the first one, right? The Doctor Strange one.
Yep.
If you remember correctly, he mentions that he has a photographic memory, and then he'd read through these books so quickly.
oh
So
yes,
even with the dark
Mm.
that's
hole
his
destroyed,
power
he
too.
probably memorizes it already
Yes.
at
Oh,
that time. That's why
you're
he
right.
has the power
Wow,
already.
he is the
Yeah.
master of
He
mystic
just
arts,
went through the
man.
book.
He
That's
just went through the whole book, and then
interesting. Okay.
he knows it
I
here.
love
That's
the
why he can,
electric guitar.
Oh yeah.
and that's why he has control in the end credits, right?
Kind
So,
of like a I am always angry vibe, right? I'm always angry.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
no more.
control this now, right? Wow.
Dude,
Wow.
imagine Halloween this
Beautiful,
year.
beautiful.
How many people will have a third eye for Halloween? It's like what?
So that just made
Crazy.
the CGI for every Doctor Strange appearance after that way harder. Gonna have to make the eye every
Yeah.
time. It's like, fuck,
Yeah,
why do you guys make this decision?
It's a green patch all the time here.
it's like,
So it can look red.
oh man,
Or green ball red. So that you can
Yeah.
do a side view of it. I don't know. I don't know how they do it.
how would you beat him though? You have to get the eyeball socket out again, and then it's gonna be
And then
Oh no.
what happens is there's a little parallelism here. I'm just realizing, you know, Thanos can come out of nowhere and then do the vision thing to the
oh, he
Yo,
can. That would be
yo.
sick, dude. That would be sick.
Straight
I got
choking
your
him.
eyeball.
That
Yeah.
would be sick. I've
Ah,
seen
that's
this before.
bloody, man. That's
That
bloody.
would be bloody. Like the fact that we saw that vision, right, of Thanos impaled by his own weapon. Remember when we went
Mm,
back to the
Yes.
Illuminati?
yeah.
You can see from the side, like Thanos is like dead right there, and he's impaled by his own weapon. Damn, he could just get revenge from another
Right?
multiverse.
He beat
Yeah.
his ass.
Beat his
I'm wondering
ass.
if there's a parallelism to with Wanda and like and Vision and Doctor Strange, you know, because Vision has that whole thing. It's like, is that a thing? Doctor
Yeah,
Strange get eyeball?
definitely. With that pulling it out. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Um.
Squishes it.
So yeah.
So now he has
There.
to
So
fight.
going back to Doctor Strange powers. Sorry. Sorry. What did you say?
Okay.
No, no, I was just gonna say now he has to buy like three talismans every time.
It's good.
Good thing he's a wizard, right? I mean, like a sorcerer.
He can just he can just
He can just like I can see.
If he gets if he loses his if his eye vision's getting worse, he has to get a three glasses
It's like
situation.
Illuminati. Maybe that's
Oh
what it
my
means.
god.
Oh shit,
Oh!
I just realized. Yeah, he can just do like a.
Yo,
I think eventually he'll make another Illuminati,
yo,
considering how strong he is now.
isn't that like the Illuminati sign? Like there's an eye in
It
the
is.
pyramid.
It is. Yeah,
Wow,
that's right. It is.
he is Illuminati. Crazy.
Makes sense. So we
I feel
connected
like
something.
connected
We
something
connected
here.
something.
He
they
is.
planned this.
He made it. They gave him the eye, and wow. Okay.
Actually, if you think about it, when they introduced Illuminati here, originally one of the members should be Strange. So I
He
think
is.
that's
He
well.
is.
He did die.
Mistake.
He did
Yeah.
die. So,
He did die.
but we didn't see a third eye from that one.
Yeah.
We
He
didn't,
didn't.
right?
He didn't.
Yeah. So
But we
we
saw
need
the
to
dark
see.
fingertips. I saw
We
that.
did. Yeah, 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 we did.
He
He
had
was
the dark
corrupted. He
hold.
was
Yeah,
corrupted.
but he didn't have that. I guess.
Ooh, makes me wonder though. Did he have dark fingertips in the credits? I didn't notice
Mm.
that one.
Ooh. Maybe
If
he
he did,
watched.
then wow,
Maybe he
that's
watched
that's
it.
that's
I'm
more.
kidding.
That'll add more to it. So speaking of credits, let's talk about Clea. So do you guys know Clea at least a bit of it? Her
I'd
I
have no idea. I don't
I
know.
had no idea too.
idea. So
I
she's
was yeah.
apparently the niece of Dormammu.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's why she could open the rift to the dark
Wow.
dimension or whatever you call it.
Oh
So moving forward, I don't know how or
wow,
where that's gonna go, but I think it'll just lead to Kang the Conqueror, which is pretty much the Thanos
man,
of this phase.
exciting.
Interesting.
I'm
Um,
so exciting for Kang.
Yeah.
Excited for
Speaking
Kang.
of Kang, remember when Reed Richards before he died said he had two children? Just a
Oh
small Easter
yeah.
egg there. So that means Susan Storm is somewhere out there. He has
Probably
two children.
crying. Yeah.
Jessica Alba crying. or or
My
what's
husband.
or who's the wife of John Krasinski again?
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt.
Really
Could be
blunt.
her
Yeah.
too. So
What if
he
they?
has two kids,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is
Sorry.
Franklin Richards and I forgot the name of the other V. Starts with a V. Anyway, Franklin becomes Kang in the future. So that's another,
Ooh.
Interesting.
that's another, you know, lead
Good
up to
stuff.
Secret
I know
Wars. I
Franklin
think.
also is one of the strongest. Um.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
One of
that's
the
what I heard too.
strongest.
I don't
He's
really
not.
know him too
What is
much,
he?
but
Yeah.
apparently,
One of the
even with
strongest characters. He can
yeah,
make pocket universes. That's what I.
there you go. That's what
Yeah.
I heard too.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently with Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet
Yeah.
is nothing compared to Franklin
Right.
himself.
And they teased him.
Mm.
They kind of teased him. The fact that he said that, yes, I have children of my own. Uh, and then I love the line
I love her line, dude. I
of
hope. Oh, so there's gonna be one more to
yeah,
take care of them.
good.
Oh,
She's like
Oh my
good,
god, that's such a mom line too.
right?
It's like it's like yeah, the mother will take care of them.
Mother will take care of it. They don't need you.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
wow.
Imagine if they cast Jenna Fisher as the wife, like from The Office.
Dun, 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 dun.
that's funny, dude. And they break the fourth wall every time. They're like just looking at the camera.
Exactly,
Oh,
exactly. And then Mr. And then Reed Richards is like, whenever someone says a joke, because like how Marvel they do like jokes, they
Yeah.
yes.
kind of hand the camera to him, and he's like,
Yeah.
And he's like,
he does the
yeah,
face.
He is the smartest guy, right? Smartest man
he
in the
is
world.
smartest guy. But apparently, Doctor
He
Doom is
is?
smarter. Yeah,
Who?
Doctor
Doctor Doom
Doom.
apparently is smarter
Okay.
than him. That's
Of
what I
course.
heard. That's what I
They're the
heard. I don't
rivals,
know.
right?
They are rivals
Yeah.
and best buds.
Best buds.
They were
No
best
way,
buds, and then
Wow.
they parang ano,
man.
Harry and Peter Parker. Harry
Yes.
Osborn and Peter.
Do you think they're gonna do another Fantastic Four movie, the third one?
I think it's confirmed.
It's
Is it
confirmed.
Correct me if
really?
They
I'm
have
wrong.
one.
I
They have
think it's
one.
Oh,
confirmed.
okay, that's cool. I'm
So a little
excited.
bit about that. It was supposed to be Spider-Man director John Watts, but a few days before Doctor
Oh yeah.
Strange
I think I
release,
read that
he
too.
stepped down.
No
And
way.
the rumors are John Krasinski will star in Fantastic Four and direct it as well.
I'm all
Similar
No
for
to The
that.
Quiet
way.
I'm
Place.
all for that, man.
You know how he
That's
is in The Quiet Place,
crazy.
right? That's his movie, that's his
Yeah,
baby.
yeah.
That's his. So he directs it and he also, well, he was in the first one and he was
Yeah.
just mentioned a
He's
few
so good
parts
at
in the second.
horror films. Quiet Place was horror, right? I feel like the story of the Fantastic Four is a bit of a horror too, right?
Mm.
What's good about him is character development. In terms
Yeah.
of like, if you go back Quiet Place, you always start with his kids, and then even the mother, see Emily Blunt.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot her character name, but yeah, they always have good screen time, and
Yes.
one character will pretty much help out the other and make each other better one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
That's cool. I'm
I
excited.
think that's why they got him for all four of those characters. Well, if you five, if you
So
include the
excited
villain.
to when they announce Human Torch and the Thing. And I feel like they're gonna use Emily Blunt because the fact that the fans want John Krasinski, they
Yeah,
got
and then
John
it happened.
Krasinski.
Yeah,
Emily
they
Blunt,
should. They should.
Ethan Storm, right? Their
Hey,
chemistry pa will be so good, right? I don't
you
know.
might as well just get the entire Quiet Place cast as the Fantastic Four, like even the
Yeah.
kids. So the little kid
Oh
who
my
you know
god.
Yeah.
will
Who
be
can
the
become?
The kids.
the kids. Yeah.
Who will
Yeah.
become Franklin and the other girl? I forget the girl's name.
Super excited, man.
That's pretty insane, man. So apparently 40 minutes was cut from this movie. I read something online,
Wow. I
Which
hope
and I
they
was
song is
really
release
it?
hope
that.
I really want a Raimi cut, a Sam
Release.
Raimi cut, but
Release
I don't
the
think
right.
that's gonna happen. Let's see. I hope let's hope. But yeah, 40 minutes is a lot. Imagine how much screen time Illuminati could have gotten. Um,
You're right.
more Wanda, or here, more multiverse. I really hope we got to see more multiverse. Just at least
Yeah.
a tease.
Rick and Morty style.
Well,
Right?
we just went through a bunch of universes, but not like stay in at least one room or one area for maybe 5 minutes,
Yeah, they could have played around a lot with the You could have seen Miles Morales in another universe, right? They
right?
could have gone there since we know him already. But I feel like
Could have.
it was so hard because Sony owns Spider-Man and that
Mm.
stuff.
But the fact that they borrowed Doctor Strange for Spider-Man could have been a good
Trade.
trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're
Yeah.
Well,
saving
maybe
something.
saving it for the future. You never know.
Yeah. They have their plans. I'm loving
They
it
do.
though. I'm loving it.
I feel like
I,
if this was like, since this is a multiverse of madness, like a part of me is even wondering like if this was the movie where they should have gone really ham with the multiverse, because I don't really know how future Marvel movies are going to play out now. Like how much will the multiverse come out in future Marvel movies? You
it's a
know what I
good
mean?
question.
Because on one end, I don't want every movie to be like a multiverse movie where it's like, oh, by the
Yeah.
way, like,
Uh,
you know,
that's that'll be.
Too
There's
much.
gonna be film fatigue.
Exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, like because I feel like if any movie was to kind of go crazy, it would have been this one. You know?
And they'll tone it
Um,
down.
yeah,
Well, Thor looks like we're seeing more Thors. We saw a lot of Doctor
Mhm.
Strange. Now we're seeing more Thors.
that's true too, huh?
Right?
Yeah. So this film was willing to go deep end of a comic book. So parang here's your freedom. Play around with it, Sam Raimi, and
Yeah.
give us what you can. And
Sam
he
Raimi,
delivered.
man.
I think he delivered well. It's not the perfect movie, but
Yeah,
at least the pacing was good. Like you're the edge of your seat, and you just you don't even realize that 2.5 hours have passed. You're like, oh,
it's a
Yeah,
right, it
chase
was two
scene,
and a
right?
half. Was it 2.5 or is it just 2 hours? I don't even know.
Yeah. 2 hour 2 hours something. I don't know the official
Yeah,
runtime.
there's more than two for sure, but
But
yeah, it
it
did
felt like
feel.
a chase. We
Yeah,
were
it
running
felt
the
like a
whole
chase.
time with Doctor Strange.
that's
He
true,
lost
huh?
his
Like,
cape.
yeah, the only break we had was when Doctor Strange first gets into the other, like the futuristic universe, and he's like taking a
Ah,
stroll.
yes.
That's
And
the
then
only.
we get to know more about
But even
America.
then, when he steps on the thing and he sees memory, you're still the edge of your seat. You're like, shit.
Yeah, Wanda's
He's never gonna
coming.
get. He's never gonna get the one that's one just right behind you. No. Yeah,
That's
Run.
the whole movie,
Yeah.
running
Run.
from Wanda.
that's true. Yeah,
Scary scene,
it's
man.
like a better version of Star Wars Episode 8. Like how it's being like the ships chasing each other, but
Yeah.
this
Oh
time just
yeah, 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 yeah.
multiverse. It makes sense,
Actually.
Uh, but yeah, even when he was in that planet, seeing his memories with Christine, and he's not gonna get Christine, and
Yeah.
she gives him that watch.
Wow.
And when we see America Chavez is pretty much her memory of her most or her last memory for parents, and then you know the truth of what happens to her, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh shit,
Christine.
Christine. Is that from the
That
first
was
one?
so sad. Yeah. From what if also. Well, so sad what
Yeah,
happened
yeah.
to the parents of America Chavez. You
I
really
think they're still
disappear.
out there though. That would be
Yeah.
good. That would be
They're
a
like
good
in this
movie.
nice multiverse where everyone's dead.
She finds them. They're just like chilling.
They're
Yeah,
like,
we're
oh,
She's like,
good.
the
How
heck?
are
they
you?
forgot about her. Nga. It was that good in the multiverse. Who are you
What?
again? It's me, Mom. America. Get out of my face.
It's so fucked up.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding,
And
dude.
then she goes, "This is Brazil." It's like Vin Diesel.
Like
Family.
what kind of child gets scared of a bee anyway?
Oh
That
my gosh.
you literally fuck this entire up because you get scared of a bee.
Hey, I'm scared of that stuff, man. Like, if I see
I'm
Brazil
kidding.
right at me and I see the
I'm
multiverse,
kidding.
I'd be more scared of the multiverse, dude. Oh, like pulling me.
Oh
You
Crazy.
know,
my
I think
god.
the next multiverse will be Ant Man. I think
Oh
we'll have
yeah,
a break
it's gonna
for
be a trip.
multiverse because we had Spider Man and we had this Doctor Strange one. We had the Loki and this and that. But I think we'll take a break and
So
then we
true.
revisit it in Ant Man, and we
Mm.
probably get to see her parents. Like they'll just be dropped there. They won't say specifically, "Oh, we're just America Chavez parents." We're just, "Oh,
Yeah.
could this be the parents?" I think that's the next time we'll have a multiverse kind of.
Awesome young Avengers vibe going
Yeah,
though.
they're building
Build
up to
up,
it
right?
from Hawkeye to
Exactly.
um who else are
Even
young?
the kids of Billy and Tommy of
Tommy,
Wanda, right?
young
Avengers
Mm.
also.
Avengers. I think we'll also have a Miles down the line. So
Miles.
I'm excited for Miles. Okay,
I really hope it's not Jaden Smith. No, I
yeah,
hope
no,
not.
same.
I think
Yeah,
he's
no,
too old. I think he's too old for it.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
He's just gonna be slapping everyone.
They're gonna give him a slap scene.
They will
Oh
for
my
sure.
god.
What you
Everyone be
say?
like,
Oh
oh,
my god. They have to. They have to. And it's
oh
gonna be
my.
Chris Rock starring too as the person that he's
Chris
gonna
Rock is
slap.
Sandman, so when he slaps him,
Yeah.
man, I don't know. I don't know. Chris Rock is his uncle, the Prowler.
Oh, that's
Probably.
true. That's true, huh? They're gonna make it they're gonna
Chris
make it
Rock
into what's that? I forget Miles what's the name of that movie? The Into the Spider
in the
Verse?
Spider
Yeah,
Man,
into the
right? This
Spider-Verse. Yeah,
uncle
yep.
is
Live
always
act.
his villain, right?
Yeah.
It's like Chris Rock, can you sign a deal to play the Prowler in one condition? I don't know. That's not how he sounds like, but
It's like, but please tell me that you're not gonna add a slap scene. It's like, no, Chris, we're
That's why we're
absolutely
hiring you.
we're
That's
not
why we
gonna
want
do
you.
it. Or they just don't tell him. They're just like, Chris, we're not gonna do that to you, man. Like, we know how traumatic it was for you. This is not gonna happen. I promise. And then after that, like, it's gonna come out of nowhere too. It's just like it's like Uncle. It's just gonna come out of nowhere. It's like
they
doesn't make
slip
any
it
sense. He's
in.
just like,
That's how he defeats him. That's how he defeats his final move.
That they could add that. Like he just webs him up
An
and then
electric slap because he has that
fuck.
electric power, right?
Oh
That
yeah.
spider
yeah.
strength.
The
Bam!
You're talking about
Actually,
the video game, right? Oh, actually, like this is in the movie too.
Yeah, he
It was in the
punched him
movie.
with that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
electric punch.
I like that idea, Mickey. Actually, the idea is like at the end of it, like right when he's about to beat him, like Miles Morales like webs him up. He's like trapped already. Like the real Chris Rock is trapped. And then after that, he's ready to slap. And then Chris Rock is literally breaking the fourth wall. He's like, "Hey, you said you want to do this. You said you want to do this. Oh,
This is breaching our contract. This is a
And
breach
he
of
takes off the
contract.
mask. It's Will Smith, pala. What?
they,
Oh
they
no.
added it
I'm
to the.
back, bitch.
They don't even bother to edit that part out where he's like speaking directly to the director. They don't edit that part out. They keep it.
Nikki. They did
Uh,
him dirty, man. Why him? Why
why him?
him?
Why him?
Oh my god.
That's too good. I'm sorry. Where were we? Where
I
were
think we're done, actually. This is just extra fan
no,
theories.
but
Oh my
we
This is
god.
like bloopers.
bloopers. Going into the
That's
uh,
funny.
multiverse,
yeah,
crazy
so
stuff
I guess
happening.
the last one na lang. What do you think is gonna happen next?
Hmm. Well, definitely Clea stuff. However,
Ooh.
I think
um,
they're gonna save it a bit.
oh,
Like,
you think so?
I think we'll probably see her in Ant-Man. Like I said earlier, maybe a break first from multiverse stuff. Because Thor is next.
Woohoo!
And I believe that's more cosmic than multiverse. Just
Yeah,
traveling the cosmos
got the
and
Guardians.
figuring out how the Guardians will separate from Thor because they will have their own movie, right?
Hmm.
Which apparently is going to be a sad one, from what James Gunn has been saying.
Oh
Uh,
no.
then I think in between that, I could be wrong, but we have the Black Panther movie, which is probably set in Earth, on Earth, and
That
could be
one I'm
Namor.
really interested. Like, what's
Yeah, because what's next? Because
how?
there's no more Black Panther, right? So
How?
who are they? Who's the next Black Panther? Are you gonna bring back
So much
Michael
theories.
Jordan,
Yeah, Michael Jordan.
Michael B.
They
Jordan?
got the Michael Jordan.
um,
They cast the
They
real
have to put
Michael
the B.
Jordan. He's
It's
like,
Chris
and
Rock.
then
It's Chris Rock.
Michael Jordan's like, he's like, hey, you beat me last time, and I took that personally. He's like, he's the real Michael Jordan.
Now we got the real Michael Jordan with us.
uh, what else is next? I'm not sure if Ant Man is
Next year.
after. Oh yeah, it's next year. I know Guardians is next year. Ant Man is probably late next year.
Yeah, I feel like moving forward with Doctor Strange, like for part 3, right? It
Mhm.
says Doctor Strange will return. It said that, right?
Yeah, it did. It did.
Right. I think they used like a list actor for Clea, so definitely she'll be back, right?
Mm,
Right.
true, true.
I hope.
So,
Actually, they might need to use
right.
her for a bit.
And the fact that you mentioned she's like the
But who?
love interest of, they already established Christine with another dude and they'll
Yeah, so I
never
think
come
they
together.
eventually get married, from what I
So,
know,
right?
from comic lore.
They're really opening us up to getting to know Clea more into the lore, right? Like, oh, I mean,
Oh, there is a Loki season 2 though. I forgot about
Mm,
that,
oh man,
oh
I'm
my
a
which
god.
fan.
is
I'm a fan.
next year. So I think we could see a cameo or maybe an episode with them, because you know how they like to do crossovers,
Yeah, for sure. I
and it
was
makes
expecting
sense.
Loki. Hopefully
Yeah,
in
actually,
Thor,
here for
right?
this movie, I was expecting maybe like you drift to a multiverse and you just see him just walking around,
Yeah.
or even the alligator Loki one would have been perfect, right? It's just
Alligator world, right? They're all alligator, or all
well, there was a
animals.
dinosaur world too for a bit,
Dinosaur
so
world. That's a tease too.
Dinosaur World. It's like,
Yeah.
there was,
what if
yeah.
they have the Dinosaur World, but then they show Jurassic Park, Jurassic World Dominion, and then Chris Rock, like actually, Chris Pratt. You got me thinking about the Prowler.
Oh
Chris
man, we've
Chris
been talking
Pratt.
about Chris Rock, man.
Prowler's back.
No, it's a Star Lord is actually, he's actually in the dinosaur world, doing his thing.
And he sees,
He's doing the raptor
yeah,
stuff.
Star Lord.
But
Oh,
yeah.
this like once you start talking about multiverse stuff, it always gets off the rails.
It does. Because you could really
It
go
does, yeah.
everywhere. Every
You can do
scene
anything.
from the start of the movie, they're already in another place. Book of Vishanti, all that stuff. They never even got to open that, right?
No, because it got burned,
Got
right?
burnt, man.
Yeah, wild.
I feel like I mean overall, since my overall take on the movie. I guess I'll
Oh
start.
yeah, go dude. Start it off.
Okay.
Go start it off.
Sorry. I liked it. I love the journey. We're just talking about it, and
Mm-hmm.
um, I feel like it. I feel like comparing it to Doctor Strange one, that ending was so iconic compared to the
Mm-hmm.
ending we have now. You have Zombie Strange, awesome visuals, but he was just like a support character to end Wanda, right? I mean to to defeat Wanda. He just
Yeah.
kind of motivated and he was that guy in Endgame too. I remember you mentioned that. He would he
Um.
I know the one way, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he,
Yeah.
he was like I found it so funny too. He was a zombie and he was like telling America like wait for the right time. Right?
Wait. Not yet.
Not yet, right?
So,
Not yet, not
not
yet.
yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Let her feel
Not
it first.
Yeah.
Let her
it's,
like, and then they won, they did it, changed her mind. It's like he knew. He knew.
Yeah.
And compared to the first I've come to bargain, I thought that was so it really just showed how much his wits are really his superpower as Doctor Strange. He's the best
He's
of them.
wise. Yeah, he's
So
wise.
wise. The way he defeated time, right? I mean, I get that. The for me, the ending could have been wilder because they were going crazy now. But the impact, I know they're trying to set up also for the future of these characters, and I respect that. That's why I really enjoyed it. But yeah, there's
mm.
that. Sorry.
Go for it, Mary. Go.
Oh no. So I guess so for me with the movie, like I agree with what you were saying earlier, Miggy, that I don't think it's a perfect movie. If I were to rank it, it's like not one of my favorites.
That's right.
But
Mhm.
but I think it has its place for me in a movie that explores a lot of horror elements while being the Sam Raimi entertaining type. Like when I was a kid and I watched Spider-Man, like no one can make a movie like a Spider-Man, like a movie like that. Like no one
Yeah,
makes movies like that anymore. Like
yeah, you're
that
right.
feel that has that Sam Raimi stank, like I was saying earlier.
That's right.
Yeah, so this movie has its place there, and it's a little cheesy and a little like
It's
and pretty
wacky, dude. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
wacky. It's fun. It's
Yeah.
wacky. It's
Whack the
goofy.
lines.
Yeah, it's fun, and it does some crazy stuff like and the stuff that like you will not see in other movies.
Mhm.
I really like the zombie strange part, um and yeah, and the horror elements for sure. Like this is all that's all great. I think my only small issues with it have to do with like exposition and certain parts where certain dialogues were kind of like, oh yeah, that's a good thing or that's a bad thing or whatever. Like your typical Disney stuff to kind of lead audiences to whatever.
Mhm.
Uh, and yeah, that's mostly it. But I still enjoyed it. I thought it was a really fun movie, and I liked what came out of it. So
So for me, going back to what you said, Barry, just it's not the best Marvel movie out there. I agree. Although it has a huge impact of where the movies will go
Hmm.
moving forward, right?
mm,
That's true.
Um,
That is
it
true.
had the same pacing as Infinity War, where you're in the edge of your seat, which is from start to finish.
mm,
But if you think about it, also had the same story beats as Civil War, where you have a main character, which was Captain America at the time, and now you have Doctor Strange, and you have this supporting character, which was Iron Man at Civil War,
mm.
and now it's Wanda. But with this one, it could have easily been Wanda's movie. But of
Mm,
course,
Right.
it has to start with Doctor Strange and end with Doctor Strange. But you can switch it up. Like
yeah.
if I didn't know
Yeah,
the
that's so
title,
true.
let's say you're an audience and you didn't know the title
She's the
of the
mom.
movie that you're watching for some reason, you can say,
Mom.
"Oh, was it about her the whole time?"
If you did like a blind test, oh, what's the title of this film, right? Could
Dude, you're
be
absolutely
mom.
right though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Kidding.
But Sam Raimi did a good job to balance it out at least, and not take too much away from Doctor Strange here, because one thing I forgot to say earlier is, you know, Stephen Strange, like what Aid was trying to explain to us with how wise he is making these decisions. If you look back, he made a lot of bad decisions that he could have thought twice. Maybe there was
Yeah.
another way. So let's
Spider-Man pa lang.
say Spider Man, Avengers, Infinity War, even Endgame. He could have probably sacrificed himself instead of Iron Man. Like he knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
He can hold a stone, right? He held the time stone.
He
Might
did.
as well just sacrifice himself by holding the other stones.
Yeah.
Um. Anyway, and then here, if you think about it, he has that story arc wherein he makes the decision not to steal her power, as we are introduced to Defender Strange, who tries to steal the power from America Chavez. In the end of this movie, he makes her do it herself. Um, make helps her find a way to control her power, and at the same time, this is what I forgot to mention. If you remember, he mentions about his sister that he couldn't do anything to save her, and I think, um, considering he was maybe a dad figure, maybe a brother figure instead to America Chavez, like
I
an
see.
older brother figure. So in a way that, okay, maybe
Actually,
she could be my, sister I never had. Well, haven't had in a long time instead, this and that. But I think that's a good story arc for Doctor Strange moving forward. And now we know how powerful he is with that dark hold in his, I guess, in his head with the third eye. And it'll be exciting how we'll see him in the upcoming movies. Because I am expecting a trilogy or a third one at least.
hopefully, right?
Right.
But yeah, they did so well. I think they will continue on with this guy. He's doing great. I can't
He is
I
doing
imagine.
great.
didn't.
I didn't know he was fan casted, but
It
wow,
was
I
a dream.
can't
It
imagine
was like pretty
another
much
actor.
a John Krasinski. I remember it was a John Krasinski type of thing before. Not as loud, not as popular as John Krasinski, of course, at the
Yeah,
time. But people were thinking, who would you cast as Doctor Strange? And they knew a movie was upcoming or was coming up. And there, they just put, um,
Benedict
they just made him
Cumberbatch.
audition. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that though, because because of Sherlock, like Sherlock was, I think, where he got like really popular, and in Sherlock he does play someone who is very smart and very witty and very wise, and that's maybe why people got that association.
The Hobbit too, I think, at the time.
Oh
The
yeah,
smart.
first Hobbit.
Smog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
he
he's
played Smog.
Yeah.
Mhm. But he was getting there. He
So
was
good,
getting
man. He was a
famous.
dragon. Now he's like a sorcerer supreme.
I hope he has a dragon scene. Like he becomes a dragon or something. That'd be
Ooh,
cool. Because he did summon like some snakes in the movie,
yeah.
which was like, what
Well, like a
if this?
hydra, right? He kept cutting it. She kept cutting it, and then
Yeah,
Oh,
Hydra.
the
do
Yeah.
Hydra. Yeah.
more.
Well, and what if he did a lot of?
Yeah, I did a lot.
He summoned a lot of those beings, monsters.
I love that. He
So
even turned into them, right?
he did, and that's how he got the eye. I think.
Yeah, I
Ooh.
could be.
Right
Yeah,
in the
because
cartoon, that's how he got his eye in the cartoon. Eventually, he consumed so much dark energy or whatever you call it.
yeah, this
He got
entire movie
corrupted.
was basically a what if medley, in my opinion. Like it felt
Yeah.
like a what if, like, hey, what if it's actually a canon? It's canon
That's what
actually.
they
So you
It's
did.
another universe, yeah.
yeah,
That's what
right.
they did.
Yeah, they were kind of like, oh, for those of you who haven't watched What If, like, by the way, that we really meant for this to be canon, so I'm gonna make it all canon in Doctor Strange now. Maybe,
Right?
I don't
They
know.
made a what if actually put it out there, and now anything can happen, right? Even the characters are pulled off straight from that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
I think we'll see some villains in the future. Like remember Mads Mikkelsen from the
Oh
first
yeah,
Doctor
they can bring
Strange? He
back
was sent to the dark
anyone.
dimension, and he didn't really die. He was just sent there. He was like, I guess, a
Like
skeleton, but
yeah,
he was
he was
there. He
made
didn't
into a
die. We didn't see
servant.
him die. Yeah, he
right?
was made the servant. We didn't see him die, so he's somewhere there, lost there, and now that they're there, we'll probably see him in the next one.
Yeah, maybe they could do anything because we're going back to that dark dimension, right?
Yep,
Saw
yep,
that.
that is
Very
right.
familiar. Wow. Super exciting.
So
Like they keep us guessing, but at the same time, they give us these characters straight from the comics. So it's like you know this, you know that, but oh, surprise!
yeah, it's nice how they add it to each movie, and you're
Yeah,
like, oh, okay. And TV show.
yeah.
I don't know what the next TV show is for Marvel. Would you guys remember?
Moon Knight was
Because
great.
yeah, Moon Knight was done. Yeah, Moon Knight was great.
I actually
Yeah.
don't know. No, I don't know anymore.
Yeah, I don't think they announced really anything. I'm just waiting on that Obi-Wan show though. I
Speaking
Woo!
want
of
that.
Obi Wan,
Let's
do you guys
get
want to
to
do
that.
another discussion after Obi Wan is done?
Yeah, I'm so
That's
down.
like six
Yeah.
episodes.
And
Yeah,
that's another bring back for the fans kind of vibe. Dude, Obi-Wan was the best thing about the prequels, right?
yeah.
Yep.
He was a
Hello
main
there.
first one of the first characters. Yeah.
Yeah. They're
Hello
kind of
there.
milking it on
Wait,
these
I'm talking
trailers
about
too.
the OG Obi Wan, and then eventually the prequels. But yeah,
Oh
he's
yeah,
well known. He's well known.
that's true.
Hello
Yeah.
there,
Hello there.
So we'll
Obi
be
Wan
sure to be
Kenobi.
back for that, for
Yeah,
that.
dude, I want to bring you guys back. This is actually a good, almost 2 hour
I
discussion if you think
know.
about it. We unpacked a lot through this movie, and what more
Mhm.
Yeah,
if we unpack a 6 episode Obi Wan movie? I'll try to get one person to join us. I actually have plans for him to join us for Thor. If you guys want to come back for Thor in July,
Yeah,
sounds
I'm
fun,
down.
man.
I don't want to mention his name. I want to surprise everyone. But if he will watch this on YouTube, he'll probably know it's him because he is known as a Batman and Spider Man fan. But I know
Okay.
deep down, as a child, he loved Thor. So that's
Cool.
why I want to put him in
Cool
the
stuff.
guest. So if you're watching, I'm gonna hit you up.
If you're watching, I don't know who you are, but hey,
Exciting,
But
man.
hey, it is exciting. And Mary, thank you for joining us last minute. That was the
yeah,
best
The
dude.
blast.
last
I
minute
love the
thing.
conversation, man.
Yeah,
No,
Solid.
I'm
I
honored
learned
to
so
be
much.
here. Yeah,
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 same,
like
Mickey. Thank you.
yeah, so random too, like how it happened. I literally just woke up. And I was like, oh, he's doing a podcast. Oh shit, I watched Doctor Strange too, by the way. And
and
then
that was
Mickey was
last night,
Oh my
right?
gosh,
yeah, that's
the
last night.
multiverse
And
shit,
then
man,
yeah,
supposed to happen.
yeah. Then
That's
Mickey's like, oh
amazing.
yeah, you wanna hop on? And I'm like, yeah, oh yeah, totally, dude. I want to talk, hang out with
Yeah,
with
dude.
my buds
I
and
know
Keep
it's
talk
keep
about Doctor
keep
Strange.
the
great.
stream thing going, because like you know how you just start streaming and you just want to keep talking, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
And just add that, mix it up with podcast discussions, and
So will you like
you
cut
know,
cut this or like is it a straight on video?
as much as possible. I don't want to cut it, but
Oh shit! All right.
if like our and you know if we have a lot of pause,
Okay, that's a lot.
that
Yeah.
that's what I'll cut. But
Gotcha.
you know,
Okay.
we'll keep the bloopers and the Chris Rock. You know, I'll keep it there.
Well, you need to keep that prowler, that the whole
Yeah,
prowler
dude.
discussion.
I died, dude. I died. You had a whole scene ready now.
Mhm.
Electric slap. His mask comes off. Chris.
You
Um,
said you want to do this.
He looks at the camera. That's a
He breaks
comedy,
the
like
fourth
all
wall.
out. That's some Deadpool shit, dude. That's some
Yeah, I know.
Deadpool shit. That's why the
that
movie is
is.
crazy
Oh
because
man, I wish we saw Deadpool just a bit.
right,
What about you guys? Like, I wish we saw him locked up in the Illuminati headquarters or something like that. Like
yeah,
at least a bit of Deadpool.
a little bit of X
Yeah.
Men, a little bit of Deadpool.
Like if when Professor X dies and he's like, oh, he's dead again. You know, like that line, like just the camera just pans to him. Oh, he's dead for the third time. That's like fourth wall type of stuff. Um, yeah. So let's end this.
Okay.
Aid, where do you wanna plug in anything or promote anything from your end?
um, Right now, I'm just enjoying, but spectator, guys, leave a
Hmm.
like and follow. We have a Facebook. We're starting an IG, and yeah, I think
Oh, you're
that's
trying IG. Nice, nice. I like
starting an
to
IG. We're trying to get back into the whole thing, but right now,
do. Just take it one
I'm
step at a
glad
time.
to have this type of content. I'm a huge fan, as you can see, watching this. Whoever watches this.
Good. I'm
Um.
gonna make sure people watch you
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
I
or
need to
watch
I need to
this.
get
It's funny,
yeah I
man.
need
But yeah, I enjoy. Thanks, man. I had such a great time. That's all I
Okay.
have
What
to
about you,
say.
Mary?
yeah Sam, I had a great time, and I guess for plugins, I just started streaming, as you already mentioned, so
Woo!
you can catch me on twitch.tv, T Marinade. I do streams for just pretty much anything, but lately I've been playing a lot of Metroid Dread and Dark Souls, where every time I die a little inside because I eat some hot sauce every time.
Oh,
Yeah, I missed that stream, man. I
And
wish I watched
wow!
it.
I gotta check
yes,
that out. I
Is
gotta.
the
it's
VOD
fun.
still there?
Yeah. I do have it, but I'm not affiliate yet, so I can't.
It
Man,
won't
that's
stay there
fun
forever,
stuff.
but it'll stay there if you fix your settings. It should stay there for like a month or a few weeks. I don't know.
I
I think.
see.
Well, I'll see.
Oh,
I'll try to watch it. Yeah, it should still be
okay.
there if you fix your settings. I don't.
Oh crap! I don't know if I did. I recorded myself, but I don't know if I.
Oh, you
Uh,
recorded it. Are you gonna
yeah,
post it on YouTube at least?
yeah. I probably will, but I didn't know you could do that, where you could fix your settings for. We'll figure it out. But
Well, I had to figure that out when I started before, but you could do that.
oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna
interesting.
check right now.
Feel like I should get a nice camera. You
Oh, it's
guys are
still
so
here.
clear. So nice.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, for
yours
sure,
is
dude.
laptop, right?
But
Yeah.
really is cool stuff. I love it. Everything, Miggy, what you put together, it's really
Thank you,
awesome.
man.
The
Yeah. Same. Thanks for
flaming
having
back
me on.
Dude, I want
feeling
to have
of
you guys
the horror
back
film.
for sure. So let's
Same.
enjoy Obi-Wan. Then I'll just hit you up. Mari, we still have that Elden Ring talk. Just let me know when you finish it because I want to
Oh
have a
shit.
deep
Okay.
dive.
I'm
All
No,
right.
sure.
no pressure, man. Like I spoke to Elaine and he's not even done.
Oh, he's not even done. Okay, great.
Yeah, he's probably not even close to you, or maybe same,
Really?
somewhere same. Yeah,
Oh,
because he
interesting.
just
Okay.
beat Commander Nile, and he's I think towards that area already.
Oh, he's close. He's close.
Yeah, he's
I
close.
just I'm actually right there. I just took a
Yeah,
detour and then I ended up going to where I'm at right now, which I won't spot
hey,
anything.
you
But
should play it, dude. Like it's like a fun thing to
I will play it.
take
I
your time
watched
also on that. Like
videos.
there's no rush. It's just I had to rush it
Yeah.
because
It's the one with
I
ten
had to
ten ten
play
ten
other
ten
games.
ten 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 ten.
Yes.
Elden Ring.
Yeah, so I'll just
Yeah.
plug in mine. You guys can watch I'll link all their channels down below on the YouTube. And then you can catch me on all platforms, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube for gaming. And we'll do more of this spoiler discussion. I think OP1 is next, as we mentioned in this stream. And
hmm
then we'll have that Elden Ring spoiler sometime maybe June. Then after that, July, we'll come back for Thor with a special guest. I'll have to ask him. Hopefully, he is keen on joining us. But that will be a really fun discussion because he has more lore than any of us combined.
Gosh,
also,
that's fun. That's fun.
More
But
lore.
the,
Oh
the
wait, do you have
lore-
any guesses? I just wanna before we end. Do you have any guesses who it is?
I have no idea.
You have
yeah.
no idea.
I'm just playing. This is like I don't want to know the same way I don't want to know the trailers
The
before a
trail.
movie.
So we're back to the trailers.
Here we go again.
We have to start with the trailers and end with the trailers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No spoilers, even for special guests. It's like
Okay.
showing us Professor X, but they showed us the yellow chair.
Absolutely.
That's actually right.
Yeah.
They never showed us him, but the yellow
Yeah.
chair did. Oh yeah,
That
that
that's
could
what
be
they
him.
wanted to do. Like they wanted to throw a curveball with Professor X so that they could
Yeah.
show us that chair, you know?
No way.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Mary, for waking up. And I bet you haven't had breakfast yet.
No, not yet.
But yeah, enjoy your breakfast.
Arcade.
If you're gonna have coffee, enjoy your coffee. Have a nice Sunday, right? Yeah, have a nice Sunday. Aid, thank you again. It was good seeing you in IMAX.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing that we planned this out. The moment I saw you, like, oh, hey, you want to do a spoiler discussion? Because there's a lot to unpack, and
Yeah,
you're
man.
always game. So I'll see you guys sometime in June for Obi-Wan, because I think Obi-Wan ends mid-June, if I'm not mistaken.
All
Um,
right.
I want to cover Stranger Things, but I'm not really a lore person in Stranger Things. But if you guys are
Same. I have.
game, I can fix that up too.
Yeah, I'm always down. I'm always down. I'm a big movie guy and a big TV, a big movie buff and a TV buff. So
What?
pretty much anything I could talk
Fair.
about.
And guys, if you want to plug it, let's say create a show in your channel, I'll be game to transfer over and then be in your channel. So just let me
Absolutely.
know.
Wow. For sure.
I'm just a message away. You know how to reach me. All
Thank you.
right.
You.
I'll leave you all with this wallpaper and we will end the stream there. Goodbye and thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Please leave a like down below and subscribe to be notified for future content and to help the channel grow.